Why does Princess Leia wear her hair up in buns? So it doesn't hang solo.
The battle station is heavily shielded and carries a firepower greater than half the Starfleet.
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
The rebellion will continue to gain a support in the Imperial Senate.
I think people underestimate imagination in these things. And I think if you kind of play games, if you're a lonely child, or have been a lonely child, and you play games,
Luke's just not a farmer, Owen. He has too much of his father in him.
I've got a problem here. Jet! I can hold it! Hold! No, no! I don't think he exists anymore. He died about the same time as your father.
Una puta solo.
Commander Skywalker, do you copy? This is Rogue 2.
All wings report in.
On the other hand, you can't be seen, you can't be heard, and still people are lining up.
You're not too sure whether I'm there or I'm not.
We're saddled with a lot of that dialogue, and a lot of times I don't know what the dialogue means. You're given certain dialogue just to accommodate a move across the set. And so you can't.
Door, and I stand up. George goes, Hello, I'm George Lucas. And turned around and said, I think we found him.
Just like before, to their horror, many left the theater disgusted and in disbelief in several of the creative choices made by Lucasfilm.
Hi everyone. So I just finished watching Rise of Skywalker. Oh my god.
It's a mixture of emotions right now. It really is.
This is dumb. This is so very, very dumb.
I'm just I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe what I just watched. I just can't.
Well, we're here. We saw it.
The Rise of Skywalker, I'm glad people like it. It just seems like we're back where we started.
Here we go. How did we get here? What happened? Like, what happened to Star Wars? What happened? Where are we? What weird alternate dimension am I in?
Now, is this as bad or worse or better than The Last Jedi? I don't know. I think they all suck.
I liked this movie, but also hated it with every part of my being at the same time.
We'll get your thoughts later.
Hated it.
Hated it. It is not a film that I would suggest wasting money on.
I would want nothing more than to go in that theater and just forget about all the stuff online and the leaks and whatever else BS there's out there, and to just be a fan of Star Wars and to have my popcorn and just go into a galaxy far, far away and fall in love with it and just be a little kid again. And I went in with that intent, and I couldn't, because it felt like a studio rushing through beats to please every fan they could try and check off the list and try and justify a lot of the things they did, and you could just see it on screen.
The Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite of the 9 core saga films. I saw some people say this movie's bold, like it had some bold decisions. I didn't see anything bold in here. There's nothing bold about this movie. There's a difference between bold and desperate.
This film doesn't take away from my Star Wars fandom. I still love Star Wars just as much. It doesn't diminish my love of Star Wars in any way.
It surpassed my expectations on how indescribably dumb it is. And it's, as related to The Last Jedi, I'm a bit speechless on how actually dumb it is, even though I knew what was going to happen because the leaks were 1000% correct.
There are scenes that I thought were really great. There's just so much in this film that didn't work for me.
That Rise of Skywalker is shaping up to be an utter freaking disaster. You've got reviews like this from our good friend Scott Mendelson, who's been known to be a shill, but even he is saying Rise of Skywalker is the worst Star Wars movie ever.
The story felt very convoluted and rushed at times in all acts of the film, as if the movie was multiple movies in one, where even at times it didn't take enough time to focus on some of the core characters.
I left the film conflicted. I think that there are some good things that they tried to do in the film, and I think they also faced a number of really large obstacles in trying to button up every storyline that had been started, not just in The Force Awakens, but also tried to be continued in The Last Jedi. So there was a lot of material to try to juggle, and when they tried to add buttons to all of those storylines and make every fan satisfied by what happened, I think they struggled a little bit with that.
I think this is a movie that a lot of people are going to like. It's got some
big highlight moments. JJ went for some stuff that's very different and very bold, and I applaud him for it. Like I said, I think a lot of people are going to really like this movie. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I gotta say, I don't ever remember walking out of a Star Wars movie as disappointed as I was in this one.
How are the people that we've always considered to be the shills, how are they now not liking this?
This thing is just a mess. It's a mess through and through. And alls it does is destroy Anakin's sacrifice, Luke's story. Palpatine is a joke.
I'll say this first as a caveat kind of for the entire conversation. We just saw the movie.
And just like that, we are back. Welcome back to Echo Base Network. Nick will be here in just a minute. We have a very special guest that is here with us as well. Great show. Thank you so much for coming by. We are honored that you are here. Welcome to Debbie Young, Bobby F65, Sir Knight, Jason Grease, Griffin Turbo, Dark Lord Fudd, Alan Copeland, Jedi Master Lawrence, Credsox05, Aluvrian Imikara, Starchip 66, The Young Yoda, Matt Rissman, Leia Rose, Ghost Fixter, Louise X Sparrow, D. Curry, Skits 3D, Shooter 8323, Cobra Disney Jedi, House Atreides, Captain Trek, Aaron Bubba Ratliff, sorry, Aaron, Ryan McFarland, Black Dragon, Lombardi 1969, The Melvor is in the house, Darkside Darren, Dark Scorpion, The Star Wars Guys, Felix Quiros, Mr. PV Show, Venger, X-Wing, Mike Likes Tacos, Jorge, Stephanie Janisek, Smuggler's Cantina, Andrew Eastman, Green Lantern 345, Darius Munchausen, The Stanleys, Carries, Rabid Slug Ouchies, Miss Havisham, Ray J's World, SB 9017, Your Muslim Uncle, John Kakaza, Keely Chow, The Legendary Tron, He Fights for the Users, Dominic Ruocco, Darcipio, Flacco Zoldi, Star Wars 95, Isaiah Matthew, and 80s Totally Awesome, and all of the people that I missed. All of the people that I missed. You know who I'm going to get along with today? You know who I'm going to get along with tonight? My best friend of 30 years that got mad at me last weekend. What is up?
F you, coach.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
What's going on?
We're a family show, man. Oh, everybody, thank you so much for being here. All of our members, our mods, our subscribers, and especially our guest. What are we doing tonight? We are going to get into the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 5, a little bit of Star Wars 1313, Star Wars gaming news, Star Wars toys, what's going on there, Anthony Daniels returning as C-3PO in a future Star Wars project, and we're going to be talking about a lot of Star Wars news this week. But first, we have Snarky Jay. She is with us. We are so excited. As always, guys, there are 3 different ways that you could join us here on the channel. You can send us your Star Wars story. We love sharing those stories, guys. Email those to Echo Base Network. Everybody has a unique story that is worthy of being heard. And we obviously have member pop-ins, and we obviously appreciate all tips and super chats here on the show. Speaking of tips and super chats, Stephanie Janisek Nix sent in a $4.99 super chat. She said, I'll be reading when you all start. Was on a late stream last night. Here's some credits. Don't spend them at the Sabic table. And thank you, Stephanie. And then Bobby F65 sent in a $4.99 super sticker. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you will please, everybody, we got 150 people in the house. Share the stream. Get it out there. Let's get 500 in here, guys. And we've got our very special guest that we're bringing in right now. Here is Snarky Jay. Hello.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, you just don't know how excited we are to have you here. So listen, we always say this to the people that come to the show. You're home. Consider this a coffee shop. We are sitting back talking Star Wars, and I want to say thank you for hanging out on a Saturday night with 2 old nerds like us. So thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all good. Couldn't think of a better way to spend my night. So
Well, good. So I got to tell everybody while you're here, a lot of our people have been over to your channel and have subscribed. I know you've been seeing people in the comments and stuff, and we got it out there. So one day I'm just cycling through YouTube, and I see your thumbnail, and it was your very first Boba Fett review. And I'm pretty sure that was your first video on your channel.
it is, yeah.
So I watched it, and I was like, oh, man, I agree with this young lady 1,000%. But then I was blown away by how good your video was. And honestly, I thought to myself, how do I not know who this person is?
Very high quality production value.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
So high quality. And I'm sitting there thinking, how has this person escaped the radar? So I went and looked at your content. Lo and behold, that was your first video.
Yeah.
So then we kept watching, and I'm like, okay, I gotta reach out, and we gotta have her here. So one thing. Can we call you Jay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. One thing that we always do is we have people share their story, and everybody's story is different. My story, Nick and I are 42, and so we missed Star Wars when it originally came out. We were video rental kids, in the aisles looking at the Star Wars VHS tapes in 1983. That's the beginning of my Star Wars story. How did this all happen for you? Where did this passion come from? When did it begin, and how have you held on to it for so long?
Oh man, so it's funny because I remember growing up, I saw, and it's so funny because he's literally the entire reason why I care about Star Wars as much as I do. But I remember seeing Boba Fett on everything, every piece of merchandise, and I always thought that he was such a cool looking character. And so before I ever saw the original trilogy, I thought this guy has to be the biggest badass in the galaxy. He's got to be so cool. Like he's got to be an integral part of these movies. And so I think in about like 2012 or 2013, I was in middle school and my dad was like, you know what? You've never seen Star Wars. Let's rent them. We'll watch all 6 of them together. It was before the sequel trilogy came out. And I remember he knows I'm a little bit obsessive about things. And he was like, I hope this doesn't become a thing for you. And I was like, I'm not a sci-fi geek. Of course it's not. And I remember I sat around and I watched it. And I was honestly captivated by the lack of action from Boba Fett in the movies. But it drove me to look for, the extended universe stuff, to look at Legends and the comics and all that stuff. And it's honestly just like my obsession with him that drove me into the fandom. And I never let go. He's like literally Boba Fett is the entire reason I'm as committed to Star Wars as I am, which is tragic, but I've never gotten over him. Never.
That is so unique, Nick.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, when I first saw Star Wars, Empire was the first movie I saw, and Boba Fett immediately became one of my favorite characters in Star Wars from the very beginning. So I've been a fan as far back as I can remember, and actually had the pleasure of meeting Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett, and got him to sign some stuff for me that I still have to this day. Just last night I was looking at over on Sideshow Collectibles. They have the full Boba Fett the whole full get up and everything, the life size one, and it was like $8,000, and I was like, God, if I had $8,000, I would totally get that and put that in my house.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in high school, Nick, I was not a huge Boba Fett fan. I just thought he's cool, but I also thought Bosk was cool and IG-88 was cool, and I was cool with him though. It's not. I just wasn't like I was a Luke and a Obi-Wan Kenobi fan and that kind of stuff. And I remember when Nick called me, he was like, dude, I just got the Boba Fett stand up. It's in the corner of my bedroom. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. But I remember that being in your room, Nick, when we were in high school. Yep. So it's kind of neat, Snarky Jay. I almost called you Snarky instead of Jay. It's kind of neat.
You wouldn't be the first.
It's kind of neat that you held on, or you fell in love with a character. So you had to have some imagination there, like as a youngster, with that character. Did you play Boba Fett in games, or was it comic books, or was it literally the 6 minutes of screen time, and then you saw a young Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones? Did that one grab you too?
No. So for me, I watched all of them in one day. And so I remember that I had heard that he was in the prequels and I was expecting so much more, but I love Django as well. And obviously, Boba's his clone. So you love one, you're kind of obligated to love the other. They come together in a package deal.
Sure.
So I thought they were both great, but honestly, for me, it was the comics. I found a very much non-pirated version of a bunch of the comics.
We sell the 7 Seas, so
Exactly.
No, you're safe here.
I found them in a PDF online, and I felt like I was obsessed with them. I actually have a physical copy that I was sent by a friend that I'm so grateful to have, of Twin Engines of Destruction. Like that to me is his claim to fame. Anytime somebody wants to argue with me on how big a badass he is or isn't, before this show anyway, I would be like, please refer to this. Go read it, come back, give me your thoughts.
Right. Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, they definitely did him more justice in the comics than they did in the movies, in the original trilogy, anyways. Because everyone will say like he kind of went out like a bitch in Return of the Jedi, and then the way he went out like that, and everybody like to this day like still complains about that. But when you read the comics, like they elevate him a whole lot in those.
Right. So let me ask you this, Jay. How did you view Boba Fett before he showed up in Mando? Like, did you see him as a bad guy, as neutral, or as a good guy?
I always looked at him as just an opportunist. I don't think that he's necessarily a good guy or a bad guy. I just think that he's got this chosen profession. I think that for him, it's very much been about, following in his father's footsteps and kind of, preserving his father's legacy. And so I think that it's not so much about being good or bad. It's more just about, making his way through the galaxy and making some money along the way.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Nick, we always kind of saw him ourselves, like growing up as kids, as the bad guy. And I think that probably has to do with us loving the toys when we were kids.
Yeah.
Boba Fett was clearly one of the bad guys in the action figure world.
Yeah.
So because of that, we made him a bad guy, I guess.
Yeah, because he was, working with Darth Vader. So, of course, that was before the prequels and all that. Right. So, when we were growing up, he was automatically one of the bad guys for us. I'm curious on your thought. So you watched all the movies, like the OT, the prequels, everything in one day.
Everything.
Okay, so your viewpoint might be a little bit different than ours on this, but how did you feel about his portrayal on where he came from and his origins in the prequels? Because I look on it at the time, I was like, oh, awesome, Boba Fett's in this, but I really hated that they didn't keep the mystery about that character from the OT, because there was always a mystery behind him, and I grew up with that mystery behind his origins and all that, pretty much my whole entire childhood. And then that was kind of taken away with the prequels. Did you feel that way at all when you saw him in the prequels and what they did with his character in the prequels?
Yeah, I definitely did. I think that a big part of his cool factor, if you want to call it that, was that mystery and that mystique. And he even sort of held on to that, before they came out with this show and added him to Mando and stuff like that. But I feel like once they did that with him in the prequels, so much of the coolness now went away, because if you think about it now in the grand scheme of things, there's, hundreds of thousands of other people with his same face, with his same voice. And you see so much more of him that we really didn't need. They made him too human. I almost think that it would have been cool if we just, if maybe Django had shown up and maybe somehow it gets explained that is his dad, but we just never see maybe even either of them with the helmet off. It's just explained that the Fett legacy is something else, but we don't get this thing of, yeah, he's a clone and this is his dad. I think that was just, that honestly was the first step that I think got made towards kind of ruining the mystique and the fantasy behind the character.
So would you have preferred for him not to have been in the prequels at all, and our first time ever seeing him as a character be in Empire Strikes Back?
I would have been fine with that, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So would you say that Boba Fett is your favorite character in any, like, Star
genre?
Wars, any genre. I mean, any
fandom.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. Gosh, I needed help there.
I don't know. For me, I think it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Because if I've just come out of, like a traffic jam and I'm in a mood, then I definitely feel very much like Boba Fett is, my end all be all. If I'm in a good mood, I just had a great lunch and, my dog's being friendly, then I might feel, a little more allied with Wonder Woman, for instance. 'Cause
Okay,
she's
all
another
right.
really big thing for me. But I think I just have so much Boba Fett merchandise, and he's been my wallpaper like on and off for years. So I think that he's definitely like my favorite thing.
Okay, so how did you react when you were watching Mando and that episode happens where he shows up and he's absolutely wrecking stormtroopers?
That it was so I remember that in Mando season 1 in I think episode 5 or something like that, when when Fennec has been left dead on the sand and you hear those spurs, I was like, I haven't heard that sound from anybody other than Boba Fett. And so I actually went back to Empire Strikes Back, that dinner scene, when Vader's like waiting and
Yeah.
Lando's kind of served up his friends to Darth Vader. I was like, those are those spurs. Like, I knew that it had to be him. But to me, it just felt like I had been talking about him coming back for so long that it wasn't going to happen. And when I saw the Slave One come over that ridge, I was sitting, I remember I got up at like 6 a.m. to watch the episode of that day. And I was sitting in my living room and everybody was asleep. And I literally had to like bite a pillow to not start screaming. Because I was like, this is my entire thing. I've been waiting for this for so long. And they really they let him go off, He's like smashing that gaffy stick. He's cracking armor like pistachio shells. I was like, this is just brilliant. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how me and Nick were when we got to see Luke come back. And I'm not going to lie, I cried like a baby. Like, it was super emotional for me. Man, like, I've been waiting on that for decades.
Yeah, and plus these movies just, we can remember them as far back as we can remember.
Yeah.
As like kids at like the age of like 3. And so it's been such a huge part of our lives. And then to see what they did with Luke in the sequel trilogy, which was completely bad, and then to finally get the Luke that we wanted, like. It was awesome to see.
So that's great, Nick. Right, what you just said right there. We're gonna put Jay in the hot seat for just a second. Don't worry, Jay. It's not bad at all. Seriously. But you can never ask a lady her age. But just for our viewers, so they understand, because I think she's wise beyond her years, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say. You are older than 20 and less than 26.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm older than 20, less than 22. So.
Okay. All right. I felt pretty. I've been a school teacher for 20 years, so I felt pretty confident in that. So, all right. So, so we know how old she is. So here's the questions, and check this out, everybody. What is your favorite of all Star Wars movies? Which one is at the top?
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. What is your favorite Star Wars? You can think about this for a second. I would certainly have to think about this. What is your favorite Star Wars quote, if you have one off the top? Or you
Can
can
I
just
pull
give
from the comics?
Sure.
In Twin Engines of Destruction, Dengar is kind of busting Boba Fett's chops a little bit, telling him that he doesn't talk much or whatever, and he asks him about his helmet, and Boba turns to him, and it's this really cool panel where he says, "This is my face." That is my favorite Star Wars quote. I feel like it's so random, but for me, it was just so cold. It was awesome.
That's so cool that that he says that in the comics, and that kind of backs up why so many people wish that he would keep his helmet on more often. It's almost like they're doing what we wanted them to do with Boba Fett with Mando. They're just not doing it with Boba Fett.
Yeah. And we're going to get into that and get her opinion on that as well. All right. So you got the prequel, the original, and the sequel trilogy. Rank them for us.
Oh my God. Originals on top, of course. I feel like I'm in between a rock and a hard place with the prequels and the sequels,
Okay.
but I went back and rewatched the prequels, and even with Jar Jar, I think they're still better than the sequel trilogy. So.
Okay. Yes.
We're in 100% agreement with you there.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. I feel like she could be like our distant cousin or something. All right. What about Star Wars game? Are you a gamer at all?
I do, yeah. I honestly, I feel like most of the really good Star Wars games came out before I was really like a dedicated gamer.
Okay, all right.
I played a lot of that Battlefront that came out in like 2014 or 2015.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I don't think that one had a story, if I'm not mistaken. All I did was play versus with one of my friends from high school, and I was always Boba Fett, and I just did it so I could blow him up. So that's about the end of my experience.
All right.
If they had made 1313, they would have had me, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So did you see the footage?
I
the
did.
leaked footage that came out this week? Yeah, it looked pretty badass.
I would have given my soul and every episode of Book of Boba Fett for that to come out. Like I
I'm
would trade
hoping that
both
it
of
still
those things.
does. You never know. You never know. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but I mean, if the demand is high enough, if we keep raising Cain about it, it very well could happen one day. So
Yeah, they're all about money. If we show them, we'll pay for it. Maybe
that's
they'll do
exactly
it.
right. That's exactly right. So, favorite Star Wars show, whether it be like a live action show like Mando or Boba Fett, or like animated series like Rebels or Clone Wars.
The Mandalorian. I've seen every episode of it easily like 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
All right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she passes. We will let her stay.
That's a relief.
No, that was really, really good. Guys, let me hit these super chats real quick and we'll pick it right back up. Valiant Renegade, everybody, sends in a $10 super chat. He says, "Happy Saturday night, folks. Like and share, even if you don't like Coach and think Nick is better." You know what, Valiant? Forget you, man. Forget you. 80s Totally Awesome has become a member of the channel. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We are honored by your presence, sir. We really appreciate that. Let's see. We have a question here, Nick. Let's let Jay answer this too. Oh yeah, it says, "And Jay, did you like Boba Fett's edition in Star Wars Episode 4, the special edition?" I'll let you two discuss that.
He felt phoned in.
Yeah.
I mean, and as somebody, so I look at the CRLs for Boba Fett all the time, and the fact that there's like a special edition version of him that is literally falling apart because it's built from pieces of ESB and ROTJ, and it's just like this hodgepodge of trash. I wish they just wouldn't have edited him in at all.
Yeah, so when you watched the original trilogy, did you watch the special edition ones or did you watch the unedited?
Yeah. When I watched them at that time, that's all they had out.
Have you ever seen the original unedited versions?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say we're about to fix
Track
that.
those down. Yeah.
Okay. About to fix that. All right, we make that available for everybody. I'm going to have to say that I didn't like that entire scene at all in the special edition. As a matter of fact, I won't watch the special edition Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't.
I can handle Empire, but I cannot handle Star Wars or Jedi. They are awful.
Yeah.
Special
you mean
edition.
that entire weird song that like Size Noodles does? in Return of the Jedi? That doesn't
so
get you?
terrible. Oh, cringe. Cringe.
I
AF.
usually, like, when somebody brings that up, I usually act like the little lead singer that gets, like, all up in the camera. But I just can't make myself do it right now. I would look way too stupid. All right, LR Dice, $5 super chat. What's up, guys? Hell, everyone in chat. Welcome, Jay. Star Wars forever. Thank you so much, LR Dice. We appreciate that, Victor. You are the man. Let's see, guys. I'm going to come back through all of your chats, but we're just trying to clear all the super chats right now, everybody. John Kakaza with $2. I respect Snarky's production value in her media. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. John knows people with talent. That's why he had me do a voice for a commercial. All right. Felix with a $5 super chat. Felix says, excited about Chapter 5 of Book of Boba Fett. Looking forward to explosive cameos in Chapter 6 and 7. Hoping for a Luke and Grogu appearance. Welcome, Snarky Jay. Jay, do you think we're going to get... Who do you think is going to show up in Chapter 6 and 7?
You know, I feel like it's possible we might get a little Han cameo, at least from episode 7, maybe. You know, I don't think that maybe he'll come up with any speaking roles, but I think we might see him in the background of something. My hopes would be to see, you know, Dengar or Bosk or somebody. Dengar especially, because I think that they had such a great kind of working relationship in the comics and stuff that we haven't gotten at all. But I think if Luke and Grogu show up, I'm just going to be completely of the opinion that Disney was not committed to making this Boba's show.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. The Star Wars guys with a $9.99 super chat. Don't get me started on that Return of the Jedi song, shaking my head. Yeah,
it was so bad.
I will never watch it again, ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
Unless I'm doing a video to make fun of it, of course.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Nick Craig with $5 super chat. Thank you, Nick. He says, a question for Jay. Do you like Nick like the fact, do you maybe think like Nick like the fact that Boba has a sister? All right. So, yeah, I see where he's going with this. What do you think about Omega being Boba's sister?
I love it if they get desperate enough that they need somebody and they cast me to do it. Other than that, I don't want to hear about it.
That'd be fine with us.
Yeah.
We will. Hey, Nick might like Omega then, ladies and gentlemen, because Nick hates that character.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, so Snarky Jay's with me, thank God, because I hear about it. I hear about it in chat all the time. Nick, look, people are saying right now, Nick loves Omega. Omega loves Nick.
Yeah.
Oh God,
yeah. We constantly stay on him. Look, that's hilarious.
Like I would love for her to show up and Boba to like have his Gamorrean guards like execute her. You know. Like, that would make me happy.
Cut her in half with the Darksaber?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Jacob Glazer with a $2 super chat. 5 episodes, and we still don't have a main villain. I mean, I think the show, Jacob, would say it's the Pikes, but the show hasn't shown us it's the Pikes. This is what they're telling us. So, I agree with you.
And I don't really feel like a whole lot of, like, they're a huge threat. Like
the villains at this point are the writers.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, very wise. And Valiant Renegade one more time. Nick, an Omega sitting in a tree.
No, Valiant.
Oh my gosh. Guys, thank you all so much for all of those super chats. Valiant Renegade, Jacob Glazer, Nick Craig, the Star Wars guys, Felix Quiros, John Kakaza, LR Dice, your Muslim uncle, Valiant Renegade again, Bobby F65 and Stephanie Janisek, Smuggler's Cantina. We are You Are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. And also, 80s Totally Awesome. Welcome to the EBN family. We are You Are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. All right, we are caught up with Super Chats, except Bobby F65. We'll pick that one up on the next go-round. Bobby F65, you will be first. All right, so Jay, Book of Boba Fett.
I do have one quick question.
Go right ahead.
Because I don't see this in the show notes, and I know John and Valiant are here, and a couple other people that are probably curious about this. Your production of your videos, like, did you learn that stuff, like, or did somebody help you with it, or do you do that in your like normal life?
And here's why he's saying that, Jay, because nobody's first video looks like yours.
Yeah, if
So
you go
my,
back and watch our first video, it is
You will
god
laugh.
awful.
You'll probably laugh at what we do now, but back
Yeah.
then, oh my gosh.
It was way worse
Yeah.
than this.
my dad's been trying to get me on YouTube for literally since I started doing cosplay like 6 years ago. So he's been itching to make a set and start recording things. He's been in video production for over 20 years. So I have like a seasoned director and lighting expert here setting me up with real gear, which is why it looks the way it does.
That's really good.
Wow.
Well,
Well, he does a great job.
He does. Can we borrow him from time to time? Like,
Yeah.
look,
You might not be opposed.
You're just in Florida, right? I mean, we're just a state over.
Yeah.
Like, willing to come on over.
Yeah. Now, the cosplay stuff, do you travel a whole lot for doing cosplay?
Well, we haven't even talked about that. Why don't you tell us about that and just tell us all about that? How did you get started there and go?
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, so I've been doing it like 6 years. I started in 2016. I've always liked dressing up and I've always been kind of handy. I like to, draw and do arts and crafts and stuff like that. So I started when Overwatch came out. I wanted to be McCree or whatever his name is now. So I had to build that. And after that, I just kind of kept doing it because I really enjoyed it. I got on Instagram in like 2017. And then the first build that I did that I was posting on Instagram, I built Return of the Jedi Boba Fett out of foam. And so I kind of just stuck with it. I've been doing it for that long. I do everything from, Star Wars to Marvel to, The Crow from like 1994. That's one of my super obscure ones that I really love to do. So
love that movie.
For me, it's my favorite movie of all time. But it's just like my main hobby. That's like the thing that I really enjoy doing.
I love that soundtrack. I used
Oh,
to
it's
have,
so good.
Yeah, I used to have the Crow soundtrack on CD, Nick.
Yeah. Probably right, before Chris Murray threw it out the back window. Senior
Shut
trip
up!
in
I don't even
Panama
want to talk
City.
about that. Don't even bring that up. Let's see. So you do travel a lot for cosplay.
I actually don't. Unfortunately, I'm not at the point where I get booked to go places. And like, I just graduated college like 2 months ago, so I don't have the cash to go, you know what, I'm going to hop on a plane and go to San Diego. If they're not inviting me and paying my lunch, I'm not going.
Nick?
Well,
we'll buy her lunch.
Yeah. So we have a huge Echo Base Network meetup in Nashville this upcoming April. There's going to be a lot of other content creators there. We know the guy who runs the con up there, and it's probably, I don't know, Coach, I don't know if you'd agree with me, but it's probably the largest fan con that's not put on by a studio or
I would think yes.
in the
I don't
United
know of one
States.
that's larger. So
Yeah.
the convention that he's talking about, Jay, is called the Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention. It's short. It's ICCC.
Mhm.
It's in Nashville, and we've met William Shatner there.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they have mega celebrities. Ian McDermott, the man that played the Emperor, will be there. He's the featured guest, but Timothy Zahn is going to be there, and all kinds of people that they're still naming. And cosplay's big there. Toys and collectibles are big there, and they just have quite a show. So if you can make it to Nashville, Echo Base Network would love to see you there. So
I'll do my best.
all right. Where are we going now, Nick? Let's just talk. Go ahead.
The Luke and Grogu chapter 6.
No. I think we're getting into Book of Boba Fett. So with him being your favorite character, Jay, you start watching this show, and I'm guessing I've seen some of your comments, and one of your videos was so funny. I laughed so hard because you like sit back and you're like, really? We're talking about Star Wars? All you're doing is boosting my engagement.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Ever since I heard that, I've been using it constantly because we are seeing. Nick, why don't you take over? Tell her how we're viewed.
So we were huge fans of this show going into it. Like we're like, we cannot wait for this show. Like we got after Mando season 2, we got huge amount of faith in John and Dave and what they're doing over there, and like they know Star Wars, they get it, they know these characters, they respect these characters. So going into the show, we were just like pumped. And episode 1 comes out, and we're like, they're setting things up, So this stuff was kind of cringe. That didn't really make sense, but all right, we'll keep going here. Episode 2 comes out, and we were just like, WTF, at that point. And so we do our live reactions that we do on our Patreon page. We will watch the full episode, give our actual reactions as we're watching it, and then we will do a post-show discussion about it. And when we dropped that video for episode 2, man, we got destroyed because everybody loved that episode. And we were literally in the video saying, wow, episode 1 didn't get good reviews. Man, this one's going to get destroyed. And boy, were we wrong, because so many people loved that episode. And like we lost like 200 subs. People were cussing us out.
Bye-bye.
In the section. Like it was like a complete shit show. And so yeah, it was and I'm guessing you've probably come across some of that with some of your reviews of this show.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been doing Instagram for such a long time, and I think that Instagram's like a wildly different thing, because it's like if you're on my page, then you already like me. So I don't really get, hate mail or anything like that on Instagram. And it was so funny because I like walked into YouTube, put out my first video, and like it did pretty well. And then I put out that second one, and I was getting like, your mom's an idiot. You get off YouTube, you idiot. Somebody told me that, like, you look like you live in your mom's basement. You shouldn't even be talking. And I'm like, you don't even have a profile picture, buddy. I don't think you look much better. It was just horrific. And I'm thinking, first of all, this is uncalled for. Second of all, what you like is crap. And I'm not sorry. Because it's just not right. It was not a good episode, and I feel like every episode has gotten worse up until 5, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because the best episode in the entire show is the one episode that doesn't have Boba Fett even in it. Which really just pisses me off even more for all the episodes before that. It just doesn't make sense, and it just really feels like this whole thing was rushed, and that they didn't really put a whole lot of care into this show or the writing. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Do either one of you want to see a Book of Boba Fett season 2?
No.
If it's going to be like this, no.
Chat, I'm asking you, 1, if you only want one season, 2, if you want a second. Post it.
And there's a lot of people in our in this YouTube space here and our channel that are really loving the show. I mean, we got channel members that absolutely loved episode 2, pretty much loved every single episode. And for us, we're just like, man, we just don't see it, and to them, they're just like, well, I don't see how you guys don't like it,
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it's all subjective. Everybody's opinions are always welcome here on Echo Base Network. It's just, we're going to be honest about ours. As long as you respect ours, we'll respect yours.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, I'm very disappointed in the show and with what they're doing with this character, but we got 2 episodes left. It could turn the character around, maybe in the next 2 episodes. It doesn't really do anything for what we've gotten so far, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Let's clear these super chats real quick, and we will keep going. Bobby F65 sent in another $4.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, Bobby. We appreciate that. Want to make sure I don't miss anybody's. Fat Steven Seagal. Hold up. Oh, yeah, there it is. I didn't miss it. All right. Let the stream from 2 weeks ago begin again. Yeah. Jay, what he's talking about is he had me laughing so hard we couldn't even run the show. Like I just couldn't. I just couldn't even talk. It was so crazy. John Kakaza with the $2 super chat. Besides videos, her cosplay and photos are a 10. See, Jay, you have fans all over the place. Everybody here has been talking about you.
So going into that, since John brought that up, does your dad also do all the photography for you as well?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Is he your bodyguard when you travel to these events?
No, for the most part, I try not to expose him to that because I feel like it's super awkward. Some of the exchanges.
Quit looking at my daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
I have 2 daughters. I would not. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine. Let's see. Fat Steven Seagal again. Has Snarky Jay seen X-Wing twerking like a bantha? No.
Why not? Probably
no,
not,
she's not
Steven.
seen that, and she doesn't need to see that.
Yeah.
My gosh. VacTube with $10. Hell, Coach Nick and Snarky Jay watching while drunk streaming. What? Watching while drunk streaming. Fat Steven wants a cuddle with Coach. No! Hell, chat. Hit that like button. Keep it swinging, gentlemen. Hiccup. Oh, boy. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
they've been streaming for like 4 hours over there on VacTube. And people have been coming in and out. I was on there last night with X-Wing, and I ended up buying a Boba Fett hot toy. I
thought they were the Kota Bakuya figures. X-Wing said they were, but he don't know.
Yeah. The whatever, the 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Figures, yeah. And several other things. Darth Vader, AT-AT driver.
Did you buy one for me?
Maybe.
Yeah, right. All right. Venger with £4.49. Do you think the armorer is Rook Cast of Maul's Shadow Collective under Gar Saxon's command? The horns on her helm has me suspicious this is the way. I have no clue. Either one of y'all?
I don't know.
I think it's possible purely because I don't see how if she banished him from being a Mandalorian, she would just let him walk away with the helmet and the darksaber. So I feel like she's got something else going on.
Yeah, because that scene was kind of head scratching a little bit when she's like, "You're a Mandalorian no more," and he's like, "All right, peace out," and he just grabs the darksaber, and just is like, finds out what he needs to do to atone for him taking off his helmet, and just walks away, and they didn't try to stop him or say anything. So
yeah.
All right, and the chat is saying yes, it's 100% her. What is up, Spock's Friday nights? Good to see you, bro.
What's going on, Spock?
Good to see you. I'm sorry I forgot to call you back. I will call you back. I'm sorry. Your Muslim uncle with $4.99. Has Jay thought about Django and Boba's being in the similar businesses and her dad? Boba Fett, where? It's Jay. That is kind of ironic, I guess.
It's kind of funny because we've always had the family joke that I'm literally like a clone of my dad because we look super similar. And then I end up, being obsessive over a guy who's a clone of his dad. So it's kind of a running joke amongst my friends now.
That is funny. Wow. All right. And then Fat Steven with $2 Canadian. Snarky Jay asked Coach about the McDonald's sundae. My gosh, man. What is wrong with you? All right. For some reason, Jay, he wants me on video eating a sundae. I don't know why. He said
it's Fat Steven, and he gets off to watching people freaking.
Oh,
well, why does he want to watch me eat it?
I don't know. That's the mystery question.
Very disturbing. But Steven, if you send in a couple more super chats, I'll make sure you get that Sunday video. All right. Let's see. I want to ask Jay this. So I've seen so many of your pictures. Do you make all that stuff?
I make a lot of it. Yeah.
How did you get the Boba Fett armor?
Okay, so that's actually kind of a funny story. I'm working on an Empire Strikes Back one, and so I commissioned some nice folks on Etsy to print pretty much almost everything, all the armor for me, and they sent it all raw, and I finished it myself. So that one's not done because I've still got to build a jetpack harness. But so they sent me extra pieces, and they were like, look, you know, if this size works for you, that's fine. If it doesn't, you've got the other size, but keep the extra stuff. And so I remember when those pictures came out, those promo photos, I was like, the armor looks too small for him. And then I looked at the pile of armor that was too small for me, and I was like, there we go. So it's just 3D printed stuff. I actually
So when they send it
finished
to
that
you
whole
raw,
set.
what all do you have to do with that?
Oh, you got to sand it. I have a hand sander that I kind of just put on Motley Crue and get real mad at. So I sand the crap out of it. You fill it, you prime it, you paint it, you have to weather it. It's like a whole process. I think I did that entire set in like 3 or 4 days, though.
Well, it looks really good. Like,
Thank you.
That
Top
is
notch.
When I saw you in the Boba Fett armor, I was like, I want that. Like,
Yeah.
like, me and Nick have never been like, when you're 230-pound, 40-something-year-olds, you don't look good in Stormtrooper armor. Like, we look like Barf on Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
That ain't right.
Yeah, remember when Barf was wearing the little soldier outfit, you know, when they were in disguise? And it was just like, all right, dude, that totally doesn't fit you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it'd be like if we were trying to wear cosplay stuff.
Yes, we need Jedi robes, Nick. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
need. Hide it all. Let's see. The Star Wars 95 with $5. What if Boba becomes Mandalore? What if Boba
Mandalorian
becomes Mandalore and claim to the Darksaber? Jango beat Tor Vizsla for it, and then the Vizslas wrongfully reclaimed it, hence the curse.
I think that's totally possible. Purely because then on top of that, they've like given him a Rancor instead of a Mythosaur, which I feel like the Mandalore has always ridden something. And on top of that, she says that there was at one point the armorer says to Din that there's supposed to be a great leader to unite Mandalore, but that's the stuff of legends. I feel like every time they use the word legends specifically, they're telling us legends stuff like from the extended universe, and Boba was Mandalore at one point, so it's possible.
Oh my gosh.
See,
Dude, she knows more about it than we do, like for real.
Yeah, because we didn't read a whole bunch of like the comics and the books.
I
and
picked.
a lot of the Eve
I was
stuff.
picky with the legends.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I cherry picked through it for sure.
But I didn't read it all for sure. So,
See,
yeah.
in the when they were doing the back to tank flashback stuff, like I thought that was going to be the perfect opportunity for them to recreate the scene from the original animation of him when he was riding the Mythosaur before Empire came out. And I thought that would have been perfect to show Boba Fett doing that. Like I just thought there was so many missed opportunities if they were going to do flashback scenes. Did you any of that stuff come into your mind, Jay?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I even thought that they might have shown us, you know, some of his other missions and stuff like that from back in the day. Like I thought that that's why it was being called Book of Boba Fett, because I think we know so little about him that I thought, you know, they would kind of show us like how he came to be the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. And then instead they used it to give us, you know, like several hours of dances with wolves, Boba, and then let him get smacked around in his own territory. So
Yeah. That was our take as well, and boy, did we take a beating for it. But oh well.
Yeah. Listen, a hot take is still worth giving. So
we think what we think, and it is what it is. LR Dice with $2 for Coach's Sunday Fund. Okay, thank you. Jeremy Turner with a $10 super chat. I can't help but feel like Mando is the Boba we've always wanted, and they've had to turn him into something else because of what they made Din. We don't need another season if we get Mando season 3. Guys?
He's not wrong.
I couldn't agree more.
yeah, they literally took all of Boba's DNA, copied it over for Din, and now there's nothing left.
Yeah.
We also have, thank you very much, Jeremy Turner, for sending that in. We really appreciate it. Spock's Friday Nights, one of our mods and members here, sends in a member chat. He says, what if Black Chrysanthemum fought Chewie?
Ooh, I'd pay money to see that fight.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen
would
one
be
day.
Cool.
I think that could happen one day.
That would be cool. Black Chrysanthemum, I think he has the most potential of anybody I've seen in the show so far. But they really have squandered anything to do with him up to this point.
You'll be proud of me, Nick. That's why I bought this today, so I can go and find out more, because I've never read it.
Yeah,
that'll be fixed tonight.
Okay, awesome. You'll have
That'll
to tell
be
me
fixed.
about it.
I'll send it to you. You can read it yourself.
All
right. Let's see. Darth Queso with $4.99 super chat. I think Boba is about to order 66, folks. We're about to get some of the best Star Wars ever. We are, you are, Echo Base Network. I hope you are right, brother.
I hope so.
I really do. Guys, thank you all so much for the super chats. We are caught up. Darth Queso, Jeremy Turner, LR Dice, Star Wars 95, Fat Steven, your Muslim uncle, Venger, and the VacTube. VacTube, make sure that you drink some Gatorade and take a couple Tylenol tonight. We are, you are, Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. All right, so Boba Fett, Chapter 6. What do we want to see? What do we need to see? Can they save this show, guys?
I don't think so.
So where would you rate it right now? Like, I don't know what Nick's going to say, but what I have been saying to everybody is that, for me, everybody in the chat, I'm just telling you how I feel. Seriously, I'm not trying to trigger you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. To me, it's just an average show. It's just I don't think it's horrible. I think there are some parts of it that are horrible. There are some parts of it that are good, but to me, it's just very average.
Yeah.
What say you guys? Jay?
I
Hey, if you think it's horrible, blister it. You go.
Yeah.
I think if it had been anybody else, it maybe wouldn't have been as bad, but the fact is that it's Boba Fett, so I feel like it's a dumpster fire. And I can tell you right now that if it wasn't for the fact that his name is on that title card, I would have stopped watching after episode 2. The only reason I'm still watching is because it's him, and it's kind of like a train wreck in slow motion. You want to look away, but you can't. That's just how I feel about it.
So here's one thing that I'm confused about with the show. Din Djarin is headed to go see Grogu. Are we about to see that? Or is that going to be Mandalorian Season 3? And if we're going to see that in the next episode, how's Boba going to be a factor in that? And if Boba's not in the next episode, which he's got to be in the next episode. But do you guys see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know what to even expect in this next episode.
So I was thinking that next episode we just won't see Mando, and that's when he'll be going and doing his thing. And so we'll see that in Mando Season 3. So Mando will be gone next episode, and he'll show up at the last minute in Chapter 7.
So I have seen it in the comments over and over again, and some of you guys are thinking that in the comment section now, that we're about to see Luke and Grogu. I don't think so. That's just me. I definitely, I don't know. Like I've been wrong all season. So, I have no idea, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get back to Mando and the Pikes if we're actually going to get some type of story for Boba Fett. That's what stands to reason for me. I don't know what there is too much more to say about all that. So Jay, we've got several different news articles that we're going to run through, and we would love if you just kind of hang out with us as long as you want to and shoot on these things too. You ready to do this, Nick?
Yep.
All right. So I am going to... I wasn't ready. All right. So this is exactly... Crap. This is exactly what we just talked about. Oh, well.
We'll go to the next one.
No, I want to show you guys.
Okay.
All right. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. I am so out of practice, y'all. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Okay. I hit the wrong one. Okay. So, Star Wars fans are convinced 2 major characters will be in the Book of Boba Fett Episode 6. Talking about the cameos that are about to take place. And, of course, they are talking Grogu and Luke Skywalker. So, just... Y'all both just said that you didn't think it was going to happen. So, 1 to 10, what are the chances? 10 being it's definitely happening. 1, it's not happening at all. What do you say?
3.
Yeah, I'd probably go with a 3.
All right, chat, everybody, throw your number up. Let's see it. Nick, if you don't mind, highlight their numbers as I'm moving on to the next article. Let's see. You feeling okay, Nick? I know you weren't feeling good earlier.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Actually, I do need to step away for one quick sec, but I'll be right back.
No worries. All right, so we got this article, and we're not going to read the entire thing. I just wanted to kind of highlight this. Oh, wow, look at all those numbers coming in. 5, 7, 8, 3. So it looks like the majority of our people are thinking there's a better chance than not. I don't know. Spike and Madness is throwing up. He doesn't like it at all. All right. So Luke Skywalker's body double has a cameo in the Book of Boba Fett Episode 5. Jay, did you see this? The actor, Max Lloyd Jones, right there?
Yep. He's one of the Republic officers.
Yes. He was one of the X-Wing pilots. That's right. So he is kind of a friend to the channel. We actually posted a picture of him as the X-Wing pilot, and he liked it. And we've talked to him back and forth a little bit on Twitter, and we're trying to get him onto the show, but he's like under some NDAs and things like that, and he can't come on yet. But we're working on it. So when he can come, we're going to do everything we can to get him. But as a fan of Star Wars, I think it's pretty cool that that he is back. Do you guys think that that means anything? That we're getting Max Lloyd Jones right here as an X-Wing pilot? Does that mean that we're going to be getting more Luke Skywalker with him and they're doing the deepfake thing? And how did you like the deepfake thing, Jay?
You know, I thought it was a little wooden. I've always been kind of a fan of those edits that they had when they were making when they were photoshopping Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, onto Luke. I think that he genuinely looks so much like Mark Hamill that I would have much rather they had him play Luke than to do the whole deep fake thing. I think it looked a little weird.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that the actual deep faking looks better than what they did in Mando Chapter 16.
Yeah.
And that's why they hired the Shamook YouTuber that was a deepfake expert. He's doing it, and his work is, it's like you in cosplay. It's really good. It's really, really good. Let's see. We also have another article, everybody, and we are going to be doing pop-ins tonight, so if any of our members that are popping into the show, if you want to talk about any of these things, that's one of the reasons we're putting these up. Anthony Daniels teases his return to Star Wars, and you can see the picture there, so it definitely looks like they're setting him up. They're capturing his body in motion and movement, so who knows what this is going to be, but we don't know what that's all about. Jay, do you have any thoughts there? Like, what do you think we're going to see Anthony Daniels in?
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe some cameos for the Obi-Wan thing, if that's not already finished wrapping. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, the thing too is that he's a pretty older guy. And if they're capturing his movements, they're going to have that information forever.
Yeah.
So we'll always have C-3PO.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how technology has gotten like that now.
Yeah, we may not have his voice, but there's things that they could do for that as well. Let's see. We've got another article here. This one's kind of tough for me. Electronic Arts Lucasfilm Games announced new Star Wars titles in development from Respawn Entertainment. We don't know very much about these games yet, but there are 3 of them. And let's see, what game was it that Respawn did? The original, or the Battlefront games, I think. No. They did the Jedi Fallen Order. Jay, did you ever play that game?
I did not. I'll be honest, like my bread and butter when it comes to Star Wars is my helmeted guys. So if I had to play as a Jedi, I just passed.
Yeah, I didn't like the game. Unpopular opinion, chat. I know. You know what, though? I'm glad you like it. I didn't like Jedi Fallen Order. I thought the game was boo-boo. So let's see. We also have... This is the one that I thought that I was clicking on, and I didn't. The 1313 footage. Oh. So when did you first hear about 1313, Jay?
I think like 2014 is when I first started seeing a little bit. So I think it was like right after it got canceled.
Right. Yeah, I think it was canceled like right at the end of 2013. So right in there, yeah. So pretty heartbreaking for those of us who grew up loving LucasArts. We actually are we've made a documentary before on Star Wars, and it was like our first like claim to fame or whatever. It's like the first big thing that we did. And we're making a second documentary right now that traces the entire history of LucasArts, the gaming company, the Star Wars gaming company. So, and 1313 is certainly a big part of that documentary. And seeing this footage as Boba Fett, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. I don't know how well everybody can see that, but that is him. So is that right there why you did this number when we first showed it? Because a Boba Fett game in the underworld, he's running around killing people and on mission, that would be pretty cool.
It's literally a dream.
Yeah, I think you just need to be patient. It's definitely going to happen.
I hope.
It's definitely going to happen. What about this? I'm not even going to lie, man. I had ordered this, and then I canceled it because I was so pissed off about the Book of Boba Fett show. This is a retro Boba Fett. You can pre-order it now for $9.99. It's a 4-inch figure, like the original Kenner Star Wars toys. You can pre-order it now on Amazon. It ships in August. It looks okay. I don't like the baggy pants, but from the waist up, I think he's okay. What do you think?
I don't like those baggy pants. And you know what? Honestly, for me, I'm not really a huge fan of like retro style stuff. For me, it's either retro or it isn't. I got my hands on an old busted up Kenner for like $13 not that long ago, so I'm happy with them.
Good for you. I love the old toys. Definitely. I love the old toys. So anyways, chat, I will tell you that yes, I canceled the order after I watched the last episode of the Book of Boba Fett, even though it was the best episode so far for me. I just, that's not a figure that I'm feeling like I want to buy and open up there. So that pretty much catches us up with all of the news. Jay, one of the things that we don't always do, but we do, is that we have what we call pop-ins. And it can get wildly entertaining at times. We allow our members to come into the show, and it's going to be a true pop-in. Would you be interested in hanging out with us while they pop in?
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right, because I'm sure a lot of them are going to have a question for you. So all of our members, if you have a question that you would like to ask Jay live here on the show, or you've got something that you want to say about the Book of Boba Fett, but here's the thing, guys. Keep it on Star Wars, and keep it. We're gonna do you individually, and it's going to be 2 minutes or less. We want to keep it moving. We want to keep it moving, okay? We want to respect Jay's time for being here with us tonight and all that. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and post the link for all of our members over on the community page. So it has been posted right now. I'm making it available for all channel members. Actually, I'm going to go Jedi Master and higher, and then we'll see how that goes, and then we'll go Padawan and Jedi Knights. So Jedi Master and higher, the link is available. Go ahead, if you are brave enough, and enter our domain. The VacTube with a $2 super chat. Mando Chapter 17 was great. Mando Chapter 17. That's exactly what it was. The Matt K with a $20 super chat. Congrats on all of your success, Snarky Jay. It's always awesome seeing talented creators grow. It's even better when they appear on EBN. The force is strong with you.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I have been telling people, I don't know exactly my exact words, but I was like, guys, I just found the next YouTube celebrity, the next star. Go subscribe. Go watch this. Like, girl, you're not ever going to have to work on advertising once you get this YouTube train going.
Oh boy, I hope not.
You'll be making $20,000 a month. You just keep going.
and I was listening, and I actually do have.
Yes, mine is way funkier than that. But
Hey, how did
it
you
was
make
very
his chest
sweet.
see through? That's crazy.
Green screen. But I actually got this at Retro Palooza in Dallas, Fort Worth this last year. While they were filming for an episode of the Toy Chasers on Coach has my avatar. Well, they were filming for an episode of the Toy Chasers, which is an awesome show. Melvor, who's actually was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but he's one of the game chasers that does that show over there. Do you have any of the Hot Toys or the newer Boba Fett stuff? Like,
Oh my God.
do you collect a lot of that stuff?
I've got a little Boba Fett collection, but most of it is gifts. I can't bring myself to spend $350 on a Hot Toys, mainly because
God,
I don't
man.
have it. If I had the money, I would spend it absolutely. I want that Mythos one with the Yay eyes on the helmet, but yeah, it's a dream to own some of those.
They're so expensive. So expensive.
But they're so cool.
Yeah, I actually pulled the trigger on the Mando Luke that they came out with last year.
Oh,
that
nice.
has the Dark Trooper and Grogu with them. And I was like, I gotta get it, man. I got to. So yeah. And there's our buddy Melvor in the chat. Those Toy Chaser guys are some real losers. All right, so we are gonna pop some folks in here, Jay, and I'm sure they'll probably have some questions for you. There's our buddy Valiant Renegade.
Hey, Nick.
What's going on? That anime guy.
Howdy, howdy.
Hi. Spock. Debbie. All right. We're just going to go around the room real quick here. We got some other people waiting. Just hang on. And we're just going to get through these. We're going to try to make these quick, guys. So we'll go ahead and start with Master Paul. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good. Good.
That's good. And Jay, of course, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I have a question for you, Jay, and this is a question that I've already asked Coach and Nick and a couple other YouTubers on here, but I want to get your thoughts on this. And this sort of stems from a conversation that I was having about Book of Boba Fett with a coworker of mine last week. And he had a theory as to why Book of Boba Fett has been so lackluster lately from a production standpoint. His theory is that basically Disney has figured that the one show that they really, really cannot afford to screw up lest they piss off the fan base is the Obi-Wan show. And so because John and Dave have their hands in so many different projects with Star Wars, they've got multiple different teams working on things. They're putting their best of the best guys on things like the Obi-Wan show or Mando season 3, pretty much leaving, call it the B team for Book of Boba Fett.
The leftover scrap team.
So do you think that might be the case as to why Boba Fett has been so lackluster?
It's possible. I think even from the costuming perspective, which is one that I'm always super involved with, I've seen a lot of different failures and just things that didn't seem correct even on his armor. And I think it's way less of an artistic choice and way more of just the desire to create something really up to par wasn't there. So I think, yeah, that's definitely a possibility that they've got the B team handling this one.
Right. And sort of the second question I have on that, do you think it's also possible that this show, again, going back to where Obi-Wan is the main event, do you think this is just being filler, something to tide you over until those bigger shows come along?
I wouldn't be surprised if it is, purely because I think that for such a long time, they kind of avoided doing stuff with Boba Fett because they didn't think that they could make him marketable as a hero. And I think that they're still not even really doing that. So I think at this point, it's kind of just, well, we said we were going to do this, take it or leave it. We have better stuff coming anyway.
Right. But then again, just look at him. That look alone is marketable. So
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Well, that's really all that I had. I'll go ahead and jump off and let someone have my space. But again, Jay, really nice to meet you. And I would actually like to have you on my channel at some point.
I'm totally down. Feel free to reach out.
Absolutely. And Coach and Nick, Valiant, all you guys.
You never invite us, so forget you.
Yes, I did. Yes,
He
I
invites
did.
us all the time. We're just
He doesn't invite me.
us to-
There's,
sends it to our
there's a
Twitter.
small degree of simping, just simping
Oh.
right now. Just-
Oh, and by the way, that thing
Go
that I
ahead,
DM'd
Paul.
you guys
I'm
about
sipping
earlier.
on you, Valiant.
you
guys-
do that every week. Shut up, Eddie.
And Coach and Nick, that thing I DM'd you guys about earlier, you guys will be able to help out with that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Paul.
All right, so basically,
Coach doesn't read Twitter very much.
all right, so
Ever.
Coach. Okay, so what I DM'd you guys about, Coach, is I'm working on making a big community letter to Michael. See, Jay, I run my channel with my younger brother Michael, but right now he's taking a leave of absence because he's actually in Army boot camp for the reserves. And I'm working on putting together a big community letter made up of a short paragraph from different members of the community, and I invited Coach and Nick to be part of that. And that's what I DM'd you guys about.
Nick's the boss. Whatever he wants to do, if he says yeah, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We just got to just write just a quick,
Just
hope
a quick
everything's
paragraph,
going good.
each of you. And if you guys
Shut
can
up,
get that to me by Tuesday night so I can get it out by Wednesday, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep.
It shall be done. This is the
Thank
way.
you.
Yeah, we'll do it
Thank
tonight.
you.
I'm
All right.
Boba Fett.
All right.
Well, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pop off and let someone else have my spot.
All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
See ya.
All right. We'll go with Spock because I know Spock. I think you got a stream that starts here in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I do.
Logical.
Just gonna be streaming some Star Trek Online, new Captain Janeway story that was released. So we'll be going through that. But
I
wanted
love
to give you guys-
your animated
What's
show
up?
that you made.
Thank you. That's gonna go places. Hopefully, if I get a lot more people involved with it. So we already
If
got a
you
good
ever-
team starting.
If you ever need a Southern accent, I'm your man.
You go, Spock. Let's do this.
No, definitely, Coach. And Nick, if you guys do want to be a part of this, I'll definitely reach out to you guys because
All right,
there's
yeah.
bound to be
I would
different
love to.
characters.
I would love to.
But yeah, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts, Jay, Nick, Coach, what you guys thought of the game news coming out for Star Wars. We possibly have 3 big titles coming out. A sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which I'm not too huge a fan of, but we're getting that. We're also getting Star Wars Eclipse, which seems to be a High Republic kind of video game for, Disney's new creation, High Republic. And then we also have a possible release from Ubisoft. There was a website I did link. I'll put it here in the private chat. From them
that's the open
creating
world,
a
right?
story-driven open world game that was announced over 2 years ago. So they're going to be working on. This is the one I'm personally more excited for because this might have to involve what we saw, and I could be wrong with this, but I forget the actor's name, and I apologize, but he plays C-3PO, and the picture you brought up with him in the motion capture outfit, that's possibly what it could be used for, or I could be wrong, could be for a show. Anthony Daniels, thank you. Yeah. And he's possibly going to be involved. I hope that this Ubisoft video game is going to be centered around, you know, the more familiar timelines that we're bigger fans of, either the original trilogy or the prequel era. So what do you guys think about that?
Just my quick thoughts. I got to see more from what they're doing to really get excited about it. EA, who had the exclusive rights for Star Wars games, was, I thought, a complete disaster. When that got announced, I literally face-palmed and was like, what is happening here? EA sucks. I do not like them as a company. And so I'm glad that they don't have exclusive rights anymore, but I just got to see more from these games because as of right now, the one that sounds the most interesting is the open world one. But I really just got to see more to get excited for any of it.
Yeah, completely makes sense. What about you, Coach?
I need new Star Wars games. I know that they're developing one of the three. One of the three is going to be a strategy game.
Yes,
of some sorts. I love RTSs. I haven't played one in a few years. I'm not the gamer I used to be because of this channel. Wife, daughters, dogs, disc golf, school, YouTube. I don't have time for games. But whatever Star Wars game comes out, I'm going to get it, and I just want it to be great. I haven't played a Star Wars game since Battlefront 2 that I thought
2005
was really...
Or the newer one?
The newer one. But I didn't buy it until all of that fiasco was over. I got in late. The Battlefront and Battlefront 2 remakes were really good. I wasn't a fan of Fallen Order at all. I don't like the puzzle games that are linear.
Yeah.
I like the game.
I like open world puzzle games like a Zelda. I'm all day. When Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I'm taking off work. Like, I'm playing that. But give me open world. I'm down with that.
Yeah,
and
the one that I'm looking forward to the most, which hopefully there's going to be an announcement on tomorrow because there's a big live stream event for it, is Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. That's what I'm looking for.
Hey, we're playing Diablo 2 again tonight, right?
Please? I don't know.
Diablo 2 is a great game.
Come on, man. I had too much blue milk last night, and I couldn't even hardly see the screen.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay? Are you looking forward to these 3 games? Maybe you want to see more trailers, or what do you think?
Honestly, I haven't been really excited about a game since Red Dead 2, and I played that start to finish 4 times. Still go back to it. I'm big on open world stuff. So honestly, I think the open world one is the one that I'm really looking forward to, but I'm definitely going to have to see a little more about it before I decide if $60 of my hard-earned money is worth it.
That's a solid take, yeah.
I still have not played Red Dead 2, but it was one of the games that I was looking forward to the most before it came out, and I just never got around to it. So
do yourself a favor. It is phenomenal.
Is it?
Yeah.
You really like
I wasn't too big of the online aspect, but the story was really cool.
So good.
I hope that that's what this new Ubisoft game is going to be like, very interactive with your environment. But also, this is probably just wishful thinking, but I hope this Ubisoft game that they're developing is the 1313, but, obviously remade, which would be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, so Arwen is here, and Arwen said, "Hey, Coach," and she reminds me so much of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I call her Puddin'.
Yeah.
Because that's what Harley Quinn always says. So I typed her name in and I said, "Hey, Puddin'," but it automatically went to Aaron Bubba Ratliff. so Aaron, I apologize. You are not Puddin'.
Yeah.
Oh,
it says,
boy.
How did you know I was eating pudding?
Yeah.
Are you stop, Nick, while you're ahead, for God's sake.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Well, this has been great though, guys. Thanks for letting me
Spock,
hop on.
we've missed you, bro. I did call you the other day. I know you called me back. I just got tied up, and I totally
no worries.
Just
yeah.
But I honestly
feel free to call me today or tomorrow. I'll be free.
I will give you a call, and I was just wanting to check in with you, man, because I hadn't heard from you, and I just want you to know I'm with you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Thank
All
you.
right. Yep.
All right,
You guys
Spock.
take care.
See you, bro. All right.
All right, we are going to go to Mama Bear herself,
Mama
the Bengals
Bear.
fan.
Yes.
What's going on, Mama Bear?
Nervous about tomorrow, but it'll be what it'll be. But I'm very proud of my Bengals.
Yeah.
They were like picked 25,000 to 1 to even get in a playoff game this year. I wish I had bet those odds a long time ago.
Yep. So thoughts, questions?
Nice to meet you, Jay. Glad that you're here. I have twin grandchildren that are a year older than you, so
nice to meet you.
She pretty much runs the place, Jay. Just so you know,
Yeah, she helps out a lot with the channel.
To be honest with you, I don't even know if you guys know this. I never read the comics or much, so I've never really known that much about Boba Fett except for what I saw in the movies. So his character wasn't that meaningful to me. I mean, he's a good character, so I didn't put as much into him as I had to other characters. This little guy means a lot to me. So, I mean, and I've got a collection of a lot of things, mostly started collecting again since Mandalorian and that came out. And that's how I got started on meeting all these guys that are here. I mostly follow these guys. I know Valiant. I love him too, even though.
Oh gosh, he doesn't need.
Don't make
any
his
of that.
head any bigger.
He doesn't need an ounce of that.
She went in there. I'm sorry, Debbie, Mama Bear. And just I was the one who gave you the name Mama Bear here.
I knew that was coming up.
Yeah, and it was coming up. Shut up, Coach. But no, here's the thing: is I love how Mama Bear goes into Valiant. I love you, but. So give me the butt. Just go into it.
No, she said you are a butt.
No, I never said
no,
that.
I didn't. You know what? Stop it. I'm leaving.
I go to
I'm leaving.
Oh,
I'm
man.
leaving.
No, you're not. Stop it. Okay,
And anyway,
don't leave Valiant.
I have liked the Boba Fett show. Episode 5 was a 10 out of 10 for me. The other ones were 7.5 to an 8 because the backstory was something I needed to know because you've all obviously, Jay, you followed them because of the comics. I didn't know any of those things. So I learned a lot from what I got out of the episodes. So those were things I actually wanted to know. And I'm sure there are things that haven't been answered yet. I still say, you asked in a poll, do you want a season 1 or just a season 2? I can't answer that question because I don't know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
A lot depends on what they show, and we're probably going to get more. Even if we don't get all the answers in 7, I think it'll probably carry over somewhat into Mandalorian season 3. Also, so I don't know. I could tell you after we get more, viewing. That's my true answer on that. I'm always an optimist more than anything else.
We know.
I have to be. It's just one of those things. So I'm. Star Wars is my life. My lifelight, I guess, it's a thing that brings me joy and happiness because my other show, X-Files, is, I watch that, on occasions. That's no longer anything I can look forward to. So that was my big TV series that I just was. I've met the stars. I've met so many people there, and I also have a group of people that I hang out with still to this day from that. But it's just a rejuvenation of my youth. Well, I would see, like, all of you got started in Star Wars when you were small children. I got started in it when I was 20, well, your age, 22. That's when the very first movie came out, and I had young children of my own at that time. I had a toddler and an infant. So see, I'm reliving all my stuff through my grandchildren and through you guys. So it does my heart good to hear all the stuff. So what can I say?
Yeah, well, thanks for that, Debbie. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple episodes. But as far as the comics and stuff go, and Jay can probably speak on this even more, I think they really haven't followed really any of that, have they?
No, they pretty much most of the comics that were good anyway. Once Disney bought Lucasfilm, they pretty much said that was all not canon anymore because it all counts as the EU. So what I cling to is a dream that is now no longer canon, thanks to the mouse.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, if I had gotten into that, I mean, I did learn a lot more about him, I guess, in the Clone Wars and stuff like that. But you know, if I had time back in those days, I was, you know, raising a family and working, and so I didn't really get to go into it as much as I would have liked to. So who knows, maybe sometime I'll find time to find the comic somewhere or find a way to get to them and read them and just enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see all the young blood, all you guys and girls.
I'm glad to see the young blood thinking what we think.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
really.
glad to see. I'm glad to see that this is the best internet connection that Debbie has had in
Ever.
as long as I can remember.
I
Ever.
agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Nice. She hasn't frozen or anything.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
She got that
it's been
5G now.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean I still couldn't use a computer.
Yeah.
You have managed very well tonight, Debbie. So,
I
you
kept
know, well
my
done.
phone off most of the day, and I said I'm saving it for tonight.
Well, Debbie, we love you.
I love you guys too.
We're gonna pop you out, and we
Yep.
got other people coming in. So you be good, and we'll talk to you later.
And go Bengals, everybody!
Yeah.
Root for my team.
Joe
Whether you love
Burrow
'em or
down
don't.
here in LSU country. Go
Yeah.
Burrow. We got it.
All right.
Alrighty.
We're doing it.
Who's
Bye-bye.
next? Who's next, Nick? Valiant.
Oh God! You see, you let
Oh,
Steven
my
in here.
Gosh,
You freaking why? Why, Coach? Why?
I hate you. I
Only
really
because
do.
you're here, Valiant.
All right. So, all right.
Hey,
So,
never
if Valiant is next, I just want to warn Jay. He drives a van and gives candy to kids. So I just want to
Shut up! Shut up! You stupid old bastard!
Valiant dresses up like Batwoman and actually hangs down out by the river.
Yeah, Valiant has to sit around and watch you put Batwoman avatars on streams all the time.
Look at me
Valiant,
drinking a
aren't those the
Sunday.
same
That
clothes
is
you wore
dope.
last night. Have you changed at all?
No, I have.
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
no, I just this is
Putting
a
them
sweater at
inside out.
home.
Putting them inside out doesn't count.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
inside out, dude. No.
We warned you, Jay. This gets...
I know this was.
I'm
No, I'm sorry, Jay.
Visual when I'm asleep.
All right,
No, Steve-
on to Star Wars theology. He's actually
Yeah,
represented
Felix.
Valiant.
Somebody with some sense.
Yeah.
Nobody bitches when Obi-Wan wears the same shit all the time.
Oh my
He's a Jedi. You're not a
All
Jedi.
right. So,
Get the no-no song.
and Jay's going to
Just-
get to
just
see
do
this
it.
for the first time. Here we
Just
go.
do it.
N-O, N-O, no, 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 no. N-O, N-O,
Oh,
no, no,
God,
no, no, no.
cringe.
Yeah.
I deliberately said
earned
those
it.
words
You
to
earned it.
elicit that song.
You
You
earned
know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
I agree.
Don't worry
with
about it.
what
That
I'm
Renegade is dressed by winners.
Yeah. Yeah, shut up,
All
Stephen.
right.
We'll talk
Felix.
tomorrow.
Yeah. How
I
you
didn't
doing,
get
sir?
a turn.
I'm
Fine.
good. You're next.
You can go first, Renegade. Violent. You can go first if you want.
No, let Felix
I'm
go. I'm
patient,
kidding.
I'm waiting.
We're doing the comedy bit right now to entertain the audience. Felix, by all means, please go.
You're making my blood pressure go up. I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
You
Just
always
borrow
get
Arnold's
hot when
van.
I'm on.
Oh my gosh. Felix,
So,
what's up, bro?
Good. How you doing?
We're good.
Good. So, Jay, congratulations on your channel. I watch your videos. They're very high quality, and I like to hear what are your takes on Boba Fett. It's really refreshing, having other voices too. So,
Thank you.
yeah, I have a theory to run by you to see if you think it's possible. Do you think that we seeing Boba Fett, the way it is right now on the show, because possibly there could be a future tragedy happening to him in the next 2 episodes, and then he just goes the old way, like we know in the OT. Like I'm thinking, one thing I'm thinking is like probably Fennec Shan gets really hurt or could die, and then he just snaps and just goes back to his original self. What do you think
I think
about
it's
that?
definitely possible because we've seen that he kind of already has the ability to go back to that. I mean, when he got the Slave One back, I'm not going to call it his starship. When he gets the Slave One back and he goes over the desert and is literally icing those guys on the speeders like nothing. I think that was so cold and kind of out of character for what they were trying to do with him. So I think it's definitely possible. And if they did that, I mean, it would kind of make sense because I think they've done such a poor job of making him relevant in his own show to begin with. So they know that I think maybe a lot of the newcomers aren't going to be super attached to him as a hero. So it could do well for them to just go, no, wait, he's a bad guy. I think that that's definitely a good theory.
Yeah, that's one of, and I have another one, and I'm gonna want to run it through you too. I'm a big Jedi fan, right? I like Luke Skywalker. That's my favorite character. So I'm looking personally forward to see some kind of cameo of Luke. Do you think that because basically the Mandalorian and Grogu owe Boba, right? Because Boba helped, the whole crew on the finale. You think it would be possible that just to pay the favor back, to go back and help him, just for a little bit? Doesn't need to be that long. You think that could be possible too? A cameo from Luke and Grogu,
I don't think the showrunners would do that, especially after they already took an episode kind of away from him. On top of that, I feel like Mando could sit there and explain to Luke until he was blue in the face that Boba helped him out, and I don't think Luke would ever want anything to do with him.
Good. Yeah. Thanks for the answer.
Steven, you are distracting the panel. I'm just saying that for the record.
Good questions, Felix. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, brother.
No problem.
This is crazy in here.
And yes, thank you, Felix. I'm sorry I was laughing while you were talking. It's just that Steven is a big jerk.
No, I know what's going on. I know what's going on.
Hey, you are a moderator. You can time them out. All right. Let's move over to Valiant. What's up?
I'm good, Coach. I'm good, Nick. Jay, I can't thank you enough for joining us here on this family tonight. A little background information that I think is critical for this because this community is amazing, this Echo-based community. When Coach put your information out there on YouTube, on Twitter, it's saying that you were going to join the Echo-based community to come in and talk tonight. I was like, oh, cool, new person. Let me go look this person up. And I saw what you were doing, and I'm like, wow, your channel looks amazing. Your production value is incredible. You and I have talked privately on Instagram and DMs and Twitter. I'm absolutely blown away by what you've accomplished.
Thank you.
And no, I really am. I truly am. You are a very sharp young lady, and I've told you this. And if I make you blush, that's fine. You can,
You're making me blush.
I know it's it's hard for a Cuban Puerto Rican girl like this to blush with the skin tones, but I'm going to try my damnedest to make it happen. But no, it really impresses me, and I'm going to tell you why. Is because you have engaged yourself in classic Star Wars lore. You love it. You love to talk about it, and this is the part that really gets to me. and I know you and I have had this conversation off camera, but you know, just stop, Coach. Just let me get through my spiel.
Looking at somebody in the back. It's not
go
about
ahead and
you.
look at somebody in the back, jackass.
God.
But here's the thing. I love, this is the thing. It comes home to my heart. I love the daddy-daughter stories. You know, I have 2 teenage daughters, not terribly much younger than you are. And I thought it just blew me away that when I saw what your videos and how good they were, is you know, you are, like I said, you speak very intelligently, but what really blew me away is that your first video on YouTube looked so professional. And I talked to you about that, and you're like, my dad helps me out, and I'm such a daddy's girl. And it melted me. I'm like, I get it. I'm 42 years old. I'm same
Old
age
as
as
hell.
Coach over here. Yeah, I know.
No, you're
Same
not. I'm
age
just
as
kidding.
you.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, 12 hours older than you. Shut up, Coach. So but
it is his show, though.
It is, but I get to pick on him a little bit, just sometimes. But no, I think it's so cool, and I'm glad that you're here. And you know, I can't encourage everybody enough out there to go take a look at Snarky's channel. Go look at her Instagram and her YouTube. Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. The Boba Fett conversations, like I said, I think we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And to give credit to one of our Echo Base family members, X-Wing out there, who caught this on IMDb just in the last day. Harrison Ford. Now, I don't always... IMDb is a tricky place. It can be manipulated. But Harrison Ford, as of this moment, has credit in Book of Boba Fett for 1 episode. Ostensibly, we can assume at this point that it will be the last. Now, we've had rumors that Han Solo would show up in this with Chewbacca. I think I'm 90% at this point that absolutely will happen based on conversations I've had with some other folks. It makes total sense. It really does. I think we'll see that in the final episode. Now, of course, like you talked about earlier, Coach, with Shamook being hired off of YouTube to go work for ILM, Industrial Lights and Magic, we know that he has been working like a dog on the Indiana Jones 5 project, de-aging and deep-faking Harrison Ford to be young Indy again. It only makes complete business financial sense to transfer that capital investment over into Star Wars, because if you're going to spend $10, $20 million on this to get Harrison Ford into a green screen booth, digitally capture his face, and not only that, the residual compensation that would be involved with paying his estate out for decades potentially, depending on how much they use his digital capture. This is the new thing. People joke about NFTs. The real NFTs right now are digital captures of famous actors to be able to use them in perpetuity by these studios. I think that's what's going on. So my contention is, folks, stay tuned. I think the last few episodes of Book of Boba Fett are going to be something spectacular as they bring this in. And I hope that the pacing and the energy that we got in this previous week's Book of Boba Fett episode 5 is going to continue to 6 and 7, which, my opinion, and I had a recording today with Cameron Pasha, we're going to be talking some of the business stuff that's coming out. But there's no accident that the final episode of the Book of Boba Fett lands 14 hours before the next quarterly stockholders public report for the Walt Disney Company at February 9th at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not an accident at all. There you go.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate that. We look forward to seeing your video with Cameron. So you've been killing it with those. So keep it up. Guys, we got more people in the back. So Felix, if you don't mind, Valiant, if you don't mind, I'm going to pop y'all out and pop them in.
Yes, sure.
So thank y'all for everything,
Bye.
guys.
See you, Jay. Bye.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Let's bring in Adam Bowman and Green Lantern 345. All right. Ray J, you are up next, my good man.
Okay. like Valiant Renegade said, about Harrison Ford coming in, it has to. I actually believe that Boba Fett needs to be redeemed in some sort of way, and having Han stand there and say, you know what, I know you carbonite froze me, but you know what, I'm cool with you. You know, I have no problem with you anymore. Like, I actually think that's what they're trying to do with this show, is give Boba a redemption arc, which would, like the rumors have been said, like that he could be the one to hold the dark saber, and that he could be the one to save Mandalore. That's the rumors I'm hearing. I heard it over on Rebel Force Radio. Some people are suggesting that he has ridden a mythosaur. I mean, think about it. So they're saying that. Do you guys think that could that would work? And it would because after seeing episode 5, like I binge watched episode 2 through 5, and after seeing episode 5, I'm getting a feeling that yeah, that I'm starting to see what Favoloni are trying to put here, and I actually think that this all could lead to like an Avengers type of storyline against Thrawn. That this is going to be bigger than what was originally planned. What do you guys think?
Anybody?
Jay, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's possible. I'm just not sure at this point that it would redeem the show itself. I think a lot of the damage to Boba's legacy and his character are already done, unfortunately.
I actually think that was like the reports going around that when they were filming Boba Fett, that whole situation with Kathy Kennedy having control and stuff, they're saying that's what has to do with that Jon Favreau didn't have total control of it until episode 5, and that like Jon Favreau saw what was going on, and he said he told Kathleen Kennedy off or something like that. There's been talk about that anyway over the summer, that he got more control. This is rumors from Doomcock, but still, you know.
Yep, I don't know, man. Yeah, we're going to see where it goes. The next 2 episodes will tell us a lot.
Because like I said, I like the way I am is I don't start binge watching until I know what's going to happen in a certain episode, and I heard Mandalorian's in episode 5, so I decided to binge watch episode 2 and through 5, because I was disappointed in episode 1, and I couldn't. I'm upset. I'm like you guys on this, Snarky, Nick, and Coach. I was upset that they screwed up on it. Like, about the only thing I liked about the biker gang was how hot the girl was. The girl in the biker gang was. That was about it.
My boy Darcipio just said in the chat, Boba Fett can't save Mandalore. He can't save himself and getting his ass kicked all over Tatooine.
Yeah, I know, but just, you know.
Well, Ray J, just hang in there, man. We'll keep watching and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We need to go ahead and move over to Brandon, the anime guy, and Ray J. We're gonna pop you out. I got more people coming in the background, man. Thank you for being here and thank you for popping in.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
See you, Ray J.
All right. So let's go. I'm not sure who was next.
Brandon.
All right, Brandon.
Well, hello, everyone. How is everyone tonight?
Good. How's it going, brother?
We're winding down.
You know me. I'm doing well. I am thoroughly of the opinion, and I'm even more convinced now than ever, that Star Wars should not be done in television form. This is something that you and I talked about last week, Nick, and I'm completely 100% convinced that none of these things should be done as TV series. They needed to be done as movies because of two things. One, they can keep focus on the movie. They have their limited time. And two, because of that, there's none of this filler crap. As far as this show goes, I still haven't watched it, but I caught my wife watching it, and she is as normy as it gets.
Did you kick her out to the curb?
No, of course not. Why? She can watch it if she wants. This is why I have my own office with my own big ass monitor, my big TV, my workstation, and all that. So that way, if I want to watch something separately, I can. She knows that I like Star Wars. You know, she knows what I do. But she was watching it, and she kind of gets into it. But just from what little I did glean, the part that I caught was getting Slave One and then attacking the Sarlacc. And when I saw that, I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It really was. It really genuinely was as. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. My point still is they need to do these as movies. They need to cut the filler crap. And I'm just from what everybody's describing, it sounds like we're still waiting for this season to start. And we only have 2 episodes left to really, truly pull something spectacular off. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think they can. Let's just say what Ray J was saying is true, that Favreau really truly didn't get his hands dirty into this until episode 5. That's all fine and dandy, but what was episode 5? It was Mando season 3 episode 1, or chapter 17.
Yep.
None of this has made any sense to me as far as all that goes. So that's why I do anime, because it doesn't do this stuff. They do things right, and they know where they're going. They don't try to put all these things together from various forms of committees, which, as Princess Leia says, she's not a committee, but let's face it, she is a committee. But Snarky Jay, it is good to see a younger person, and I use that term loosely because I still think of myself as young, but
you're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm just as old as Nick and Coach and all these other guys here. But it does bring me some hope that there are fans coming up who basically more or less have a brain and can see and separate the dumb from the good. The original series or the original trilogy is the trilogy.
Yeah.
The prequels, while they're not my favorite, vastly, leaps and bounds better than what Disney has done. And a lot of the things that Disney has done has caused everybody so much consternation that at this point it's we want to be nice and give the benefit of the doubt, but it's hard to just accept things on the face value when it comes to them.
Yeah, and you bring up some good points. I'm curious on Jay's point on this. Do you think that that this show struggles with maybe budget constraints for being on Disney Plus and being a TV show versus if they were to do a Boba Fett movie?
I don't know that it does, because they poured a ton of money into The Mandalorian. I think it's just an issue of priority and respect rather than money.
And writers too.
Yeah, that too. You know what? Honestly, they should just let me write this stuff, and I promise I'll do it right, because this is hard.
Oh, any of us could do vastly better than what a lot of these clowns. A lot of these clowns have done, even on the comic book side or even that. And as far as the video games go, I'm with you, Coach. I tried playing Fallen Order, and that type of game just. It's so difficult and so hard. That's the game right there. Knights of the Old Republic. Nick, I am thoroughly disappointed that you have not played the original.
Yeah, Nick.
I am
severely disappointed in you, man.
I started it, but I just didn't have the time to put into it.
When was that? Back in the day or now?
No, this was probably back. I mean, this was back when I was doing the whole music thing and going out on
that's
tour
right.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
the early 20s. Well, here's all that I'll say. Knights of the Old Republic is canon. Period. End of story. This story is perfect. There is nothing wrong with it. And I am going to be severely and utterly displeased if they go and start screwing with it to the point like it looks like that they're thinking of doing with hiring woke writers to do some wankery with it. I will be very displeased if they deviate too much. You know, a little deviation, sure, maybe a little thing here and there, okay. But if they start making it to where, let's say, well, Revan in canon is a man. If they change him to be more like Bastila, nope, done. Nope. So, yeah, it's one of those things.
Question,
all right, Brandon.
Didn't Revan and Bastila Shan have a thing going in that game?
I don't want to spoil it for Nick. Nick, you got to play it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah,
okay, if you don't care, then I'll explain it. It's a really quick thing. So
no. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, if you play as a male Revan character, which it is in canon and in the books, then yes, Bastila has a major thing for him. And depending upon how you play it out, if you play it out as becoming and staying on the Jedi path that you get put back upon after your mind gets wiped, then yeah, she'll follow you back to the light. If you fall to the dark side and go along that path, oh yeah, she becomes an insanely powerful support character for Revan. Revan, in my opinion, Revan is the most powerful Sith Lord, period. And Bastila, as a Sith Lord, is right there with him because of battle meditation.
Well, bro, thank you for popping in. We still got more people coming in, so we gotta keep it moving.
Keep it going. All right, everybody, take care.
All right, see you, Brandon.
See ya.
All right, so let's see. Matt Cave is next.
What's up, guys?
Oh, Matt.
Good to see everybody here tonight.
What's up, buddy?
And I'll be quick. I just wanted to pop in real quick. Wanted to say congrats again to Snarky Jay on all your success with everything here. It's so awesome seeing. You're so talented, and to see your channel grow so quickly is awesome. Having you on EBN is even better. I got my start joining in with the EBN community, and Coach and Nick have been awesome and really motivational. You know, but being the community gamer, I stick mostly to retro gaming, and I know you guys were talking about not playing a whole ton of games, but I got to tell you guys two things, and then I'm out. One, my most anticipated game coming up is Lego Star Wars, and I hope there's a ton of awesome Boba Fett stuff in there. But my question to you, Snarky Jay, is: did you ever play Bounty Hunter?
I did not.
Fett.
Was that on PS2, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it was PS2, GameCube, and stuff like that. Definitely worth a try, especially being a Boba Fett fan. And honestly, that's a game that deserves a remake. They really should put something together and do a sequel with Boba or something. I think that would get fans hyped.
I'll always vote for more Boba and more Django, so I'm with you there.
Absolutely. All right, I said my piece.
X-Wing wants you to say Mario.
Really good to see you.
X-Wing wants you to say Mario.
Mario?
Yeah. Mario.
Mario. I love you, bro. You the man. We'll holler at you later, Matt Cave.
Sounds good.
See you,
Have
Matt.
a good night,
See
everybody.
ya. All right. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to go ahead and pop him in. He's here. Jay, you are about to meet the most famous person in this community. His name is the legendary Tron. Let's go. Let's go. How are you? Tron, you let us know whenever you're ready to say something, buddy. And that is fine. All right. We are moving over to 80s Totally Awesome.
Hello? Can
Hey.
anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Oh boy, do I have people to upset.
Okay, we're ready. You're just going to boost our engagement, bro.
That's what I'm here for. All right. The way I see it, it goes like this. There are two camps. Anybody watch Superman 2? Remember evil Superman and Clark Kent fighting in the junkyard?
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. We got two different camps of the same thing. Din Djarin and Boba Fett of Book of Boba Fett are Boba Fett. They are both Boba Fett. So here's how I see this. Two camps. There's those people who really love Boba Fett as he was in Empire and Return of the Jedi and everything in the EU after that, or more or less everything. And then there are people who like what was supposed to be, from what I can gather, being done with Book of Boba Fett. And there's these two different sides, but they're really of the same coin. So here's what I'm saying. Boba Fett, in that old Boba Fett, should have been done in a series like The Young Adventures of Indiana Jones. So they had this show called The Young Adventures of Indiana Jones. Well, old Indiana and young Indiana are two different people. Old Indiana can't do some of the moves, some of the things, can't leap off buildings, and probably has a completely different attitude than young Indiana Jones, and vice versa. So what did we learn in Book of Boba Fett? In episode 4, we learned, he was in Sarlacc for years, not immediately after Return of the Jedi. So anyone who thinks this is right after Return of the Jedi, I'm sorry, it's canon now. He was in Sarlacc for years. Number 2, he said, I'm tired of working for people that are going to get me killed, get us, people like us, killed. So, number 1, he's older. Number 2, he's been injured, got PTSD, all that stuff Coach mentioned earlier. What do you think this guy's going to do? You think he's going to go back to hunting? No, Din Djarin's already doing that. And they already messed this up by putting Boba in Mandalorian with Din. So when they did that, they already messed up this whole Boba Fett thing. You saw, I have a Boba Fett shirt. I'm a Boba Fett fan. I was alive when it came out in Return of the Jedi, and I saw Empire Strikes Back on TV when I was a kid, when they first had movies playing on television in the 80s. I love Boba Fett. I'm a big Boba Fett fan. You know, I love Conan and RoboCop. So where I think people are going kind of askew with this is that, yes, Book of Boba Fett may have been written poorly, may have had poor production and executed poorly, but some of the ideas in Book of Boba Fett are pretty good. Is the show good? No. Is it great? No. But let me counter this. Is it Kathleen Kennedy bad? No, it's not. So there are people who like some of those good ideas of Book of Boba Fett, and then there are people who just want guns, girls, and disintegrations. And this low-hanging fruit of where Boba Fett was, he can never change. He has to be that forever. And I think people are misunderstanding that some people who work in an industry for 40 or something years and want to retire and do something else, they have every right to do that. And I think that people are missing that with this. And I think the writers and the producers of the show didn't take that seriously. In fact, this is all bolted together like Din Djarin's Naboo fighter. That's kind of how the show feels. But I think there could have been some excellent material in here, how we got from working with the Empire to being on Tatooine. In fact, people say, oh, Boba Fett was never nice. He was never nice when he was young or anything. Did you guys forget that George Lucas produced Life Day with Boba Fett and how he saved some people in that animation and treated them kind of nice? So, no, I'm sorry. Everything, this whole, oh, it sucks, it's horrible, and okay, I understand that. But there is a more nuanced conversation that needs to happen here rather than just it's my tribe, my team, mine has to win. Instead of, hey, maybe Boba Fett did retire. maybe Boba Fett does want to be a mob boss, but they need to show that transition in between and show Boba Fett being intimidating. He's not intimidating. He needs to be intimidating. And they need to have an underlying reason more than just he's got all this money and he wants to retire for him to want to be a mob boss. Like Cameron Pasha said, why don't you just have him retire on some planet? Instead of going to be a mob boss. I think, honestly, he's a warrior, and this is something he wanted to do. And so, I think there's not enough of this conversation of nuance and age and retirement and things like that are brought into this world that, along with the production problems and the screwed up execution of the show. But I think there are some good ideas, and I think that's why a lot of people like it, and why a lot of people probably gave you guys hell on the second episode, because they were seeing some of that, and they weren't seeing the viewpoint of, oh my God, my stars and garters, oh my pearls, this isn't the Boba Fett of my childhood. Well, yeah, he's not. They should have had a show called The Young Adventures of Boba Fett if you wanted to see that. This is retired Boba Fett. So, I mean, come on. This isn't, this isn't as bad as the Bad Batch, right?
I don't know.
In fact, that Rancor he got was from the Bad Batch.
No, it's not.
It
That's
wasn't?
not Moochie.
No, this Rancor is more depressed.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
No.
So that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
that's how I feel, and nobody's been saying that.
Look, I've never said that many words without taking a pause. You were ready. Holy crap! I'm not going to agree with all that, but this is what this is for you to come in and tell us what you think. So good take. Good. That's perfectly fine, and we'll see. We will see. Thank you for coming in, bro, and we're going to pop in our next person.
No problem.
We'll see you, man. All right. See you. All right.
Silence. Users. Tron is trying to speak.
All right, Tron,
Okay.
tell us the word. Please be nice.
Hi guys, I'm back from the hospital. It's been a rough past few days, but I'm better now. Now question for Jay. Have you played Jedi Academy series of games? I was in a clan back in those days and they transferred to the good old Star Wars galaxies. Coach, do want to tell the community something shortly, so please keep me in.
Will do. All right.
I actually
Glad to hear you're
haven't.
doing better.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I actually haven't played it purely because, like I said, I feel like when it comes to Star Wars, I'm a little bit ignorant purely because my obsession for it just comes so much from Mandos and like morally gray characters and stuff like that. So when it comes to the Jedi, I've never really been super invested in, the Force and all that. So when something's been super Jedi focused, I'm honestly like, can I get somebody with a helmet and a gun?
Yeah.
I
Have
love
you
it.
played the Old Republic where you can be your own, where you can make your own character, whether it's a bounty hunter or a Jedi or?
I have not.
Okay. I haven't either.
I'm super behind on my Star Wars gaming, I'm not going to lie.
All right. Let's see. Let's move to. We got a couple other people in the back, so we're going to try to pick up the speed here a little bit. Green Lantern 345. Shoot. What's on your mind, brother?
Hi. What's going on, Jay? Thanks for stopping by. This is the best community on YouTube ever. Coach, I expect that royalty check in the mail.
It's on the way. 1 cent.
So just been streaming some two questions. One, have you ever played this is the J. Have you ever played Star Wars Battlefront 2 2005? And did you, if you have or haven't, did you like it better than the new Battlefront 2?
So I was 5 in 2005. So at that point, I was playing Bratz games on my PS2. So I've never played it. No.
I would highly recommend it. And the other one, kind of I guess I would say it's a serious question. At some point, I am going to be putting on a convention, like a Comic-Con type convention, and I was wondering if you'd ever want to be a part of one. It's probably going to be in upstate New York.
Well, if you ever get a GoFundMe going to fly me over there, I'm down. Unfortunately, I don't travel for cons.
Pay for all the expenses and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And,
All right.
Shameless plug. Subscribe to Goggles and Gadgets. It's the best YouTube channel out there. Bye.
All right. Keep us moving.
Fat Steven, what's going on?
Oh, yes, it's my turn. Hold on. Let me get on the Boba Fett and the Furious to go. Because you ain't fat unless you have family.
Yeah.
So terrible.
It's so good. What are you talking about? It's the best thing ever. Oh, I'm sorry. I refer Dr. Disrespect or refer Coach and his Sunday mic?
Oh, my God.
He's like one of the best memers in the community here.
Yeah, he's a Photoshop legend.
Yeah.
I don't even use Photoshop. Well, first of all,
whatever.
Okay, Echo Base, thank you for letting me come on and not require therapy. Snarky Jay, nice to meet you. I went through your Instagram. I love a lot of your cosplay, both Marvel and Star Wars. Doing a very good job. Psylocke is my favorite. So hell yeah. Other than that, there's a lot of things that bother me with the whole Boba Fett in general. First of all, why we're getting more care about the Mandalorian in a series that's not even about the Mandalorian. Secondly, why within this 5th episode we get mentions of Boba Fett twice. The opening intro, which is just the title with the Book of Boba Fett, and Fennec saying his name once. No offense, this is a show about Boba Fett, not about the Mandalorian. And I know I'm gonna get whatever you can think I'm being a hater or whatever, being critical, hypercritical.
No, go ahead.
You don't make a show focusing on someone else's story, trying to tell a tale, especially for someone that has a background, and then you dip off to a character that you're trying to promote more because Disney, I know at the end of the day, wants to sell the Mandalorian more because it's their property. They want to make sure more is perfect. They gave a better storyline in one episode than we've gotten in 4. This isn't including the Vespas. This isn't including anything else. It was a fantastic episode. He got training with the Darksaber. He got to see Mandalorians before they kicked him to the curb. He got chainmail. That's what I'm guessing, made for Baby Yoda, and he had all that stuff. It was great. It was perfect in a way. It was great. But why isn't that care and detail done to a character that's already been there that you're actually telling a story about? Yes, he might have PTSD. Yes, he got training from the Tuskens and stuff, but he also caused the death of the Tuskens, and he admitted that. So we're already seeing how much of he's trying to grow from failure and then going right back into failure. He's apologizing. He's not living. He's using his name saying, well, I am Boba Fett, yet he has no demeanor of standard. He is not a bounty hunter in people's eyes.
And the whole thing about the age thing, he's not that much older than Din Djarin.
No.
And I don't think he was in the Sarlacc for years. There's nothing to...
He was not.
Yeah.
He was there for hours at most. That guy was not in there for years.
He was with the Tuskens for years, but they didn't even really show us all that.
The other thing that bothers me is, like, he crawled out of there wearing his armor, and then all of a sudden he had like an Alzheimer's moment, and it crawled back into the pit. I'm trying to figure out how his armor grew legs and went back in the pit.
Also, where's the cod piece?
Yeah, I'm wondering where the cod piece is.
I'm just wondering.
And the most underused character in this show so far is his blaster. I'm sorry. He holds it like he's holding a Starbucks cup.
For real.
I can say this because, you know what? I love Star Wars, but I can be critical about it.
Exactly.
The storytelling in this, yes. The cinematography, yes. We're getting Lawrence of Arabia and other things in there. But guess what? You know who has more character in the story? The desert.
Yeah.
You're making a show called The Book of Boba Fett, yet you're not talking about anything that humanizes Boba Fett or Mandalore's Boba Fett, whatever Mandalorianity it's called. I don't care.
Yeah.
Disney storytelling, TV form can matter. We've had the Ewoks cartoon. We've had the Droids cartoon. We've had the Clone Wars. We've had a TV setting. It does exist. It can last. The problem is 7 episodes is not enough, especially when you're promising us to wait till the end to see something great. Why are we paying money to wait till the end to see something great when you've had millions of dollars in 7 episodes?
Yep.
You deliver a story from start to finish, which means you have a start, you have a middle, you have an end. It's the same way we're taught to do high school projects. If you don't know what's going on, you ask the fans, you ask people who know the lore, and you build accordingly. You respect all characters in a storyline, not just the ones you want to promote for your dollar sign down the end. And that's my opinion. Yes, Boba Fett might have had 6 minutes throughout the trilogy. Yes, Boba Fett has EU stories that they don't want to acknowledge. But then why are you writing a whole story about him?
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Treat characters the way you would want to see your childhood characters, heroes, villains, you idolized the same way you would want to. And I know Favreau and Filoni, sorry, let's say Baloney, does his best. They're doing their best. But at the end of the day,
they've already given us a downgraded hero in Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy.
Well, and if you look at the IDMB, we already see Harrison Ford for 1 episode confirmed for Boba Fett. So why are you teasing us saying, hey, pay our money a month and hopefully you'll get a Luke Skywalker moment in the end? I don't remember like paying $40 going to the theater hoping I get 5 minutes of someone I was hoping to see at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're supposed to go home and read the comics and books to figure it out.
I'm sorry, they don't acknowledge the comics or the books. That's the problem.
Yeah, they're not even using any of that
That's
material.
like saying you'll get your Kyber crystal after you learn how to build a lightsaber, even though you don't know how to hold it. Like, what's going on here? I'm sorry. But I'm still a fan. I don't like Disney's storytelling. That is the problem. I don't like the Power Rangers Vespas from the Jetsons, okay? Like, I member berries are cool. I love the Naboo Starfighter. I love that rebuild they did. That was one of the sickest things I've ever seen. It was beautiful. But even then, we are getting something that actually gets a little bit of sand damage, and we have a shiny Vespa. There's all these little things that are taking you out of a story. If you're going to storytell, at least keep it the continuity, whatever the hell my words I can't make up. I'm Canadian.
Continuity.
Solidified. And I think that's the main problem with a lot of people. Everyone's enjoying it. Some people aren't enjoying it. But you're not keeping on a stable storyline. Member berries, nuances, nostalgia, a lot of people love. But you got to keep a timeline that's stable. And that's where my problem is. I think that's where a lot of people's problems are. And a lot of people won't voice this because they're afraid they're going to be villainized. You don't have the right to villainize another person for their likes or dislikes. What you can do is either respect their opinion or just ignore it. But they're still fans at the end of the day.
Yep. Good take.
That's my rant. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hey, Nick, my daughter needs me. I'll be right back. Keep us moving.
Coach is like, I don't want to get.
Hey, I do want to say that we got one more person in the back, and we're shutting it off. We're shutting it off. John Graber's in the back, and we're not going to let any more new pop-ins come in after that. So, all right.
All right. John, Black Dragon, what's going on? Thoughts, questions?
Not a whole lot. I really don't have a lot of questions. I'm still in the camp that Brandon's in, is I'm not going to watch any of this till the end, and I'm going to binge it.
Yeah.
That way you get a concise, instead of this, what they've been feeding us. My primary thing of coming in here, I agree with Brandon in welcoming Snarky Jay to the channel. Very pretty young lady who is very well spoken. I mean, that's one thing that's actually really impressed me, is how well spoken she is on her takes, and very very knowledgeable of what she's into.
Thank you very much.
Being that I'm a moderator on several of the channels of this community, I will be pushing her channel now, along with everybody else that I do.
Yeah, definitely.
I really hope to see her come to this community more often, because she's a breath of fresh air. I agree with Brandon that it is encouraging to see somebody, being that, maybe Ted, I'll pretty much guarantee you I'm the oldest one on this panel right now at 54 years old.
You got me a couple of years.
Okay, I saw Star Wars when it hit the theaters in 1977.
Yeah.
You know, and to see somebody this young that can actually see what's good and what's bad, and not, you know, they all have their good points, but overall storytelling, the sequel trilogy was just garbage, and it's nice to see somebody so young that can actually see they've made a mistake
Yeah, my
and voice it so well.
Yeah, my 12-year-old niece wouldn't even go see Rise of Skywalker because she was like, "This sucks."
That's a great decision.
Yeah, but that's, you know, it really gives me hope for the future. I mean, for the last couple of years, I've been looking at a lot of, you know, such as my job. We've been shorthanded for the past 18 to 20 months because today's current generation of youth are not wanting to put in the effort. You know, we can't get people to hire in where we're at because the younger generation just doesn't want to work. They want everything handed to them. And that's something that this young lady seems to have that is different. You know, she's willing to put forth the effort, and I applaud her for that.
Yeah,
she must have a really good. She must have a really good dad, and we need him to come over to the house.
Yeah,
He's not going to take pictures of you, Coach.
Especially if she's using like a sander and like doing all this work herself, and I'm sure she's probably got like a shop or goes out to the garage or something. Like,
No,
that's
just the front porch and my living room floor.
But like I said, that's refreshing coming out of what I've seen here over the last couple of years, and I'd like to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Very cool.
All right, thanks, John. Thanks for
I'm
that.
gonna head out and let you let the last one in.
All right. See you, brother.
You guys take
Thanks.
care.
All right.
Yep. All right, Adam Bowman, shoot. Thoughts, questions?
I will say this. I watched the first 2.5 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and I thought at that point it was some decent and much needed world building for Star Wars, but that with the limited time that the Book of Boba Fett had, they really needed a longer season than just 7 episodes. They needed a proper 20 couple episode season that used to be the standard to do that much world building.
I guarantee you the 7 episode time frame with the length of time each episode has been, I would put more faith in Snarky Jay here to write and build that world out in 7 episodes for that character
agree.
than what they've done. So
But
it's definitely not impossible.
I'm just saying, you know, and I made the point then, too, that, you know, everybody talk, you know, I kind of compared it to how Star Trek did its world building, but Star Trek did its world building over 21 seasons of constant on the air television from TNG, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Yeah.
You know, and Star Wars is trying to do that in 3.5 seasons of television, and you just cannot do that kind of world building that quickly. You know, and the fifth, and I did watch the 5th episode, and, you know, it's a great episode of The Mandalorian, but, you know, I thought this was supposed to be about Boba Fett. You know, deal with The Mandalorian when season 3 of The Mandalorian comes around instead of dropping it in the middle of somebody else's show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good take, man.
Yep. Yeah,
Very
I
good.
agree, Adam.
And as far as video games go, the only Star Wars video games I've ever played, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and the original, not the online MMO Knights of the Old Republic, but the original Xbox One or original Xbox version. You know, Knights KOTOR 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I've not played any of the others. I don't have a lot of time to play video games.
Yeah.
I play a lot of Forza. I do enjoy that, and usually a few rounds of Slayer or Firefight with Halo. And I use that to blow off steam when I'm stressed.
I feel you on that, Adam. All right, well, we are going to move along so we can get this wrapped up, but thanks for your thoughts, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Y'all have a good night. Tron, I'm glad you're out of the hospital and feeling
Me
better.
too.
Yeah.
And we'll catch y'all another time.
All right, thanks, Adam.
See you, bud.
Yep.
All right, Ted the Old Star Wars Nerd.
Let's go.
What's going on?
What's up,
Hey
Ted?
guys, great
How's it
show so
going?
far. I've been
Thank
popping
you.
in and out. And
Oh,
keeping
then it's
track
been a
of
great show
everything.
because this is the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad Jay stuck around. Because,
Me too. I don't know why she did, but
Yeah,
we
that's
got her.
just very,
I'm
very
a trooper.
brave. Very brave.
You are.
You are 1 year younger than my oldest daughter, so yeah, really making me
Noted.
feel old here.
My bad.
But I never pushed them into Star Wars growing up. I always let them stay off to the side. They were more interested in the Disney princesses and stuff. I've got two daughters, one's 16 also, but I never pushed them into Star Wars and the kind of things they would see around my house. You know, they'd see all my Star Wars stuff. They never really seemed interested in it, so I never pushed them. So I really wished I would have. Maybe I would have had a daughter like you. That would have been great. But
Oh, if it
anyway.
makes you feel any better, my dad didn't push me. He made the mistake of showing it to me, and he now regrets it
Yeah.
every day. So
I think we tried to watch it one weekend, and they just couldn't sit still, and so I just never really, thought it was their thing.
Yeah.
So
Mine don't like
well,
it either, Ted. Like I am literally. I got a wife, two daughters, and two girl dogs. I'm the only dude, and I'm the only one that likes Star Wars. So.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm right there with you. So continue on with that and keep the show moving. I know we got to get going. So just wanted to thank Jay. I had never heard of you or was aware of anything until I was streaming with Daryl just before this. And that guy, I can't remember, is it Brilliant Vanagade? Something like that. He came on there. Valiant Renegade came on there. Great guy. He came on there and said that you were going to be a guest tonight on EBN. And so I'm of course, a new subscriber to you. Going to check out.
thank you.
Been
Appreciate
really impressed with everything so far. So just hope you come back again.
I'm pretty sure everybody here will be subscribing. So that's, and then one day, in like a couple months from now, when she's like 3 times bigger than us, she could send people our way.
That's
No,
that's
come
why
on now.
here we go. Yeah, that's why you're great. You're awesome. Yeah, just remember me. No,
Yes, remember me.
But to get to Boba Fett, Jake Fett, Boba Fett, just gonna run through the things. I'm okay with it. I was okay with him being a mod boss at first because that's what we were teased with all these years. So I was kind of looking forward to that. But now I just want him to move on. I'm done with Tatooine. I'm done with all that. Stick him in Din Djarin's shuttle in that back globe where Grogu is gonna go and let them take off. I don't care. But whatever he does, I hope these next 2 episodes he puts his damn helmet on.
Amen.
Boba needs to put his helmet on. Was that you guys talking earlier and said that they'd seen the comic book? No, I think it was on VacTube. They were talking about a comic book where they're talking to Boba Fett and they're telling him to remove his helmet. He said, "This is my face." So
Snarky was saying that earlier in the stream. Yeah,
might have been. I was bouncing back and forth, but anyway, yeah. Then for the last episode, for them to hold off a big cameo until the very end, just like they did with Mandalorian, that's just so lame. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be awesome. Everybody's going to fall over and, mess their pants. But to do it like that, exactly the same way they did Mandalorian, is just so lame, especially when the whole time up until this, they were saying, "Oh, it's all killer, no filler. You're going to love every episode. Every episode's got Luke Skywalker type excitement in it." And it's just been shit so far. Sorry, Coach. If they hold the Han cameo until the end. You just said I don't know where. Yeah. So, if they hold that until the end. And then the last point I was going to make is I think it was 80s Totally. No, I can't remember who it was, said that the difference between the TV and the movies, and they don't think it should be doing TV shows anymore and just movies. Stuff like Boba Fett here, I would agree 100%. This could have been a 2-hour movie, in and out, done. 2.5 maybe hours.
Mm-hmm.
But other shows, like I'm looking forward to this, the Droid story coming up. I love the Ewoks cartoons, love the old Droids cartoons. But I think somewhere in there they could do a weekly Star Wars show, some kind of like Trooper Clerks, like Clerks doing Troopers on the Death Star. That'd be awesome. I don't know, some kind of comedy. Oh, I'm rambling, so I'll stop. Maybe Tron's got something to say. You got anything else to do, Tron? Yeah, Tron's ready. All right. I'm going to head off of here. Thank you very much.
Ted, thank you, bro. Good
Snarky
seeing
Jay,
you.
great seeing you. Thanks, Nick. Thanks,
Nice
Coach.
meeting you.
Talk to you later.
See you, bro.
See you,
Take
Ted.
care.
All right, Daryl the Derelict. What is going on, brother? Thoughts,
Hello there.
questions?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Well, you're not smashed. So that's good.
Oh, well, maybe
You
if told
sobered
me
up
earlier,
after
I
eating
was
that pizza.
Yeah. Not really, but it's okay. No, I most of this bottle was today, and that's how much.
Oh my
I got.
gosh.
Dude, we strummed. Yeah, we strummed for almost like that. We streamed for almost 6 hours.
Oh, good.
And then we
Lord.
switched over to
That's all
Fat
lies.
Stevens. So, yeah, I had to get out of his stream though because I can't listen to 2 streams while I'm talking in one. I just can't do that.
Yeah, we had to listen to him
My
eating
brain don't
pizza.
work. Hi, Snarky Jay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am the special one of the group. I'm the one that people just go and pat on the head and say, "Okay, go in the corner."
Have a cookie, go away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Daryl was a 3D modeler for the New Horizon game.
Hey, but you know what, Daryl? You do some 3D printing. You made you a Mando helmet at one point.
Yeah, it's right here. The front end. I mean, yeah. Oh, it almost knocked Bob over. He is just. He's had too much of the mead. Stay.
Yeah, and I got. He sent me a Last Starfighter Gunstar ship that I got oil paints and stuff that I'm gonna paint at some point in time.
Yeah, and I have like half a dozen of these.
Oh, very neat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw Steven's picture. Oh my. Anyway, no, I really enjoyed Mando episode 17. That was great. I loved it.
I hate you, Steven. I hate you. I hate you.
Everything that I have wanted out of
I love
Book
you.
of Boba Fett happened in this episode without Boba Fett. And for a Mando episode, 9 out of 10. For a Book of Boba Fett episode, 2 out of 10. And those are my dogs running back and forth. It just really frustrates me that the best episode of Boba Fett doesn't have him in it. And Jesus.
And chapter 4, the one before that, was the best episode in my opinion. Before we got 5, and he'd never had his helmet on.
Yep.
And I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
This is my Boba Fett. Let me put a backer behind him. He's no good to me dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Boba Fett. So,
Amen.
yeah, I mean, the thing about it is we have a preconceived notion of him from all the EU stuff that we've read over the years. And in all honesty, there is no lore, no backstory, no nothing with Boba Fett until Attack of the Clones and then the Clone Wars. Other than that, he's just a businessman, plain and simple. And everybody's like, oh, he's got a problem with Han Solo. No, he don't. Han was a contract. And he already collected on that contract. Why would he go after him? And what did you think of them putting the beak back on the Sarlacc before it died?
I'm glad that it was down inside and not sticking up out like
but it
in the
was still
special
there.
edition. Yeah.
It was there. So heartbroken.
Yeah. I hate the special edition.
Excuse me. No, I'm not. I'm gonna wrap this up in a sec. Yeah, I'm not. I enjoy good content, and if you're gonna preach all killer no filler, give it to me.
Yep.
Don't give me none of this. What the? Because I watched the first 3 episodes going, I looked like my father wondering where my mother was. Where's your mother? Star Trek rules. No. Oh, hi, sweetie. You want to come say hi to everybody? This is Mackenzie.
I loved
This
it when
is my daughter.
Spock made out with Darth Vader.
I love it when Captain Kirk was revealed as Luke's father. So anyway, yeah, I just wrap it up. I've seen some of your cosplay stuff, and it's really, really cool, really good.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your success, and EBN, Nick, Coach, congratulations on all your continued success.
Thank you, Daryl.
And
And
thank you
Jersey, your channel just hit a milestone, didn't it?
Like 246.
Oh, I thought you had hit 250.
Well, hold on just a moment there, sir. Let me check.
I have a quick question. Is anyone else still confused how Black Cranston got into Jabba's palace? Did he have like a key or something? Did he climb up like Rapunzel's hair? How did he get in there?
That is not Black Cranston. That is Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
You don't need
gosh.
Chewbacca when you got family.
I like that.
Yeah, anyway,
We're gonna get the stream taken down. Quit it.
No, just
I'm literally gonna
over
start
to
calling him
YouTube. Just come take
Chewbacca
me
now.
I'm not monetized. Just come get me. It's all good. I'm at 245 right now.
Well, you keep plugging away, bro, and thank you for popping in.
Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it very much.
All right.
Thanks, Daryl. Good to see you, brother.
Y'all
All
take
right.
care.
So our last member on the night, and I'm nervous.
Oh yeah.
John.
Oh, that's us. That's us. That's us.
Star Trek.
May the force live
Oh wait,
long
wait,
and
wait, wait.
prosper.
I got it. Oh, I am unmuted. All right, so
You were unmuted.
this is my youngest son Luke,
Hey, Luke.
Hey, how's it going?
which I didn't have any influence in naming, but I went with it.
That's a good name.
All right, this neighbor. It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Long and prosper.
Hey, we love Star Trek too, bro.
Yeah, we're Star Trek fans too.
And then all the girls are in the living room. So,
Okay.
but we just want to get on and say hi and what do you want to say? Live long and prosper.
I already did.
You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. But thank you guys. It was cool. It was cool. I didn't know what was going on because we've been drinking since
this morning at 7 a.m. since we got up.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad y'all are having fun. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. At some point, I'm going to get on here and sober, just so you know.
I can't wait. You're always entertaining, John. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you, dude.
Happy birthday, John.
See you.
Bye.
See ya.
All right.
We made it.
I'm going to hit these super chats and we're ending the
And
show.
I'm not over yet. Need to announce something.
Go right ahead, Tron.
I love you.
Go right ahead, Tron.
It's my turn. And last one. You might have noticed my headband without the device. Here's why. Whenever I return home today, my home manager told me that the staff washed my headbands because she wanted them washed. That particular staff threw the one with the Bluetooth mouse in the washer. The outcome of that, it's broken all to heck. I did not said the other world. That's the one that TBN funded for me. It's $600 but really $750 because of the optional button I have to buy to click if needed and shipping from China. So once again I ask for your help. Honestly, the caregiver company should buy me one, but they're strict and being a pain. I'm sorry, but I have no choice but turn to my family and EBN family.
Well, Tron, we'll make a post and we'll see if we can get that money raised for you, man. I know that you need that device, so we will definitely see if we could put something together for you. If any of our members can put a GoFundMe together for that device. $600 is what we're going to try to raise to get him another one, because he broke it, or he didn't break it, they broke it. Yeah. So Tron, we're going to do everything we can to help you out, bro. So we love you. Can't wait to see you in April at the con. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a blast. So I'm going to hang out with you all the time. We're going to go find you a new girlfriend. Okay? All right.
I could use a girlfriend.
No, you're good. All right. So
No, I'm not.
Miss Havisham with a $5 super chat. Coach, I think the next 2 episodes are Boba gathering his army. I think first episode of Mando season 3 is him going to find Grogu. I think you're right. I would have to agree with you there. I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. Nicholas Glenn. Thanks, Nick, for sending us a super chat. Thoughts on Harrison Ford having a credit on IMDb for Book of Boba Fett? Will Han be in the next 2 episodes? And if so, how does he fit? I don't know how he fits, but I called it before the first episode, Nick. I said, we'll get at least a Han in Carbonite or a Han flashback in the final episode. And that's what I've thought. I don't know how they're going to fit it into the story, but I don't think they're too worried about the story.
Yeah, I just don't understand how he'd even fit into the story. Do you got any thoughts on that, Jay?
Honestly, and it sounds terrible, but I think however he fits in, they're just going to shoehorn him, because I've seen very little consideration for writing in this show so far. So I have no idea how he fits. I don't think he does, but I'm sure that they will find a way, because they need to sell action figures on season 3 of Mando again. So we'll see.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see. We got a member chat from Venger. He said, I think the Pikes are working for Crimson Dawn, and when they get beaten, Kira, the new boss, hires Cad Bane to try and kill Boba, and that's after a credit cliffhanger in episode 7. That's a good story. The only thing is that I don't know if they can accomplish all that in 80 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, but I wish they would hire you onto the writing team, Venger, because that actually sounds a little interesting. So thank you. Let's see here. We are almost done. I'm trying. Oh my gosh.
Chat jump on you.
Yeah, it jumped around. Spock's Friday Nights with a $5 super chat. He says, look forward to the Ubisoft Star Wars game that is still in development. And he came on and talked about that. Let's see. Daryl the Derelict with a $5 super chat. Pizza is awesome. Ghetto Streamlabs. That's Adam, Nick. He says, Nick's touch of gray beard is on point tonight. I have nothing else to add because I have no idea what anyone is talking about. Love you guys. All right. Thank you, Adam. We appreciate that. Mexican Iron Man.
He's an old friend of ours from middle school and high school.
Yep.
No, it is.
There it is right there. Let's see. Mexican Iron Man with a $20 super chat. Thank you, EBN, for all your hard work these last many weeks and over the past 2 years. Hail to Snarky Jay. Your Boba videos have been excellent. You are, we are, Echo Base Network.
Hail, Mexican Iron Man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. X-Wing with a $4.99 super chat. All I'm saying is Snarky Jay hasn't been snarky once this stream. I want my money back unsubbing. She can be as snarky as she wants to be, though.
I tried to behave.
No, you're good.
You got to go sub and get all that over on her channel when you watch her videos.
I love it. And look, that's the thing, Jay. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of YouTube, period. Mm-hmm. So if you've got my eyes, it means you're doing good stuff. So that's I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Let's see. Ghetto Streamlabs with the last super chat of the night. Eddie, text me. I'll take care of the device for Tron. Oh my gosh, y'all. Well,
wow.
A lot of you didn't know I'm Eddie. Everybody calls me Coach, but Adam, wow. I'm not going to say you don't have to do that. You do have to do that now. But dude, that's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. So we don't have to put anything together.
Thanks, Adam.
Legendary Tron is going to be very, very happy about that. So, Legendary Tron, we got you covered, bro. Jay, having you here has been our absolute pleasure. Thank you.
It's been real nice. I appreciate you.
Thank you for being a trooper. And through all of that, I can't believe you stayed the entire thing. Please come back.
Sure, I'm down.
Good. Nick, anything you want to say?
If anyone who's planning on going to the con in April, there's a coupon code in the community page, and we still have less than 20 copies of our Blu-ray left, signed by Coach and I on the sequel trilogy documentary. So those are almost sold out completely, and we're not going to be ordering any more of those. Again, all the information's on the community page on our YouTube channel. Also tomorrow, there's going to be a members meeting on Discord. So
Grandmasters meeting.
Yeah. So if you're a Grandmaster, it's going to be tomorrow at 2:00 is when we're going to do it. It's tomorrow at 2:00 in the afternoon on Discord. I'll post information for it on the community page and in the Twitter message group as well. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully you guys will be able to make that meeting tomorrow.
Everybody tell Snarky Jay thank you very much for coming by. It's all pouring in right now. Snarky Jay's EBN family now. She's a star. Attend ICC. So everybody go and subscribe, and all of the people that are watching this stream later on, you weren't here live, go and subscribe to Snarky Jay. She is awesome, guys.
Yep, the mods have been putting links to her channel. She's also on Instagram. You guys can find her there.
Appreciate y'all.
Where else are you at, Snarky Jay, other than YouTube and Instagram?
I'm also on Facebook at Snarky J Cosplay, and my Twitter is Snarky, but just the letter J Cosplay as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all very, very much for being here. We are Echo Base Network. We will see you guys next weekend, and we'll get some content out that'll piss people off, I'm sure, this week. So y'all be good now.
See you guys.